to the strife.
Unfiltered, lucky truth unleashed. Voices raw, sharp teeth unsheathed. Morning stars burn in the darkest feast. We don't back down, we don't appease. 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 Pavarotti screams over metal grind. Custody queens break the bind. Seeking justice, truth unkind. Kathy's in his own state of mind.
Yeah, yeah, roll calmness. They go to sauce bars, clock on the wall, still ticking. Blue crew posted in the bag, a whole room. Listen.
True crime cafe, coffee, black eyes, red files on the table, cold cases, cold dread, seeking the truth. Ink stains on his hand, pics on the corkboard, string lines, map land, busting these cases, long nights, tight grind. Everything will be fine. He repeat that line. Blue crew backs him, keep him on track. One step from the edge, they pulling them back. True crime cafe, when they go to softball, seeking the truth, pay the real cost. Gotta find answers, gotta make time, busting these cases, walking that line. True crime cafe, when they go to softball, hoping he can answer just a few. Yo, true crime cafe, when they go to softball, say it with your chest. This the true talk.
Solving the bullshit, lies in the booth. Paper plates, cheap meals, chasing down proof. Praying real quiet, hands on his face.
Fighting for the next meal in another cold case. Street talk, tip line, voices on mute. He dig through the dirt, searching for a root. True justice distant, like it changed the address, but he still take notes. Never half step. True crime cafe, when they go to softball, seeking the truth, pay the real cost. Gotta find answers, gotta make time, busting these cases, walking that line. True crime cafe, when they go to softball, seeking he can answer just a few talk. True crime cafe, when they go to softball, say it with your chest. It's the truth talk. True talk.
I'm a Ashley, little black book in her hand. Plain dress, cold eyes, got a whole town under her command. Crooked smile, she can twist any truth in the room. Writes rumors in cursive, lets them grow like mold in a tomb. Every handshake has a hidden price. Every whisper cuts you like I'm in Ashley, lying awake through life, casting spells every day, every night. So corrupted, all the darkness inside, casting spells, diminishing the light. I'm in Ashley, dum diddy dum dee dum. Hey, 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 I'm in switch, so ugly inside. Look what you become. Such injustice, truth is so far out of sight, out of sight. I'm in Ashley, brewing spells of darkness and spite. She'll bless you, then bury your name in the dirt. Fake prayers, blank stare, and a grin when you're hurt. Tied tongues, cause they're scared of a touch. She just laughs in the shadows like I never did much. Every promise comes with poison threads. Every compliment lives under your bed. I'm in Ashley, lying awake through life, casting spells every day, every night. So corrupted, all the darkness inside, casting spells, diminishing the light. I'm in Ashley, dum diddy dum dee dum. Hey, hey, I'm in switch, so ugly inside. Look what you become. Such injustice, truth is so far out of sight, out of sight. I'm in Ashley, brewing spells of darkness. side, look what you become. Such injustice, truth is so far out of sight. Amish Ashley brewing spells of darkness and spite. Hey, I saw some motherfucking try. It's all you can't fuck with me. Ooh, crow. Blue crow.
Blue crew.
Hey, I saw some motherfucking try. It's all you can't fuck with me. Ooh, crow. Blue crow. Hey.
Metal in my veins, hip hop on my tongue. Blue crew, true, we forever young. Fizzy, sassy, Cassie. Mama Bear in the chat. Brandy B, Tandy. Put the hammer where it's at.
Tomboy Zell got the last 24 on lock. SRB, Rex, Molly, make the chaos stop. Drake with the wisdom speaks, typically unique. Moonlit, baby road keeps the wolves on a leash, yeah.
Blue crew, true crew, they moderating the mess. Keeping it in line, cleaning up your stress. Trolls beware, they don't ever care now. Running this, making all the way.
Day after day,
Do it their way.
day after day,
They do it their way.
day after day,
We do it their way.
day after day, they do it their way. Hey. Hey. Day after day, they do it their way.
Crazy's chaos, Cat K on patrol. Bonnie B, Lucy got the morning star glow. Make P, Randy first, stand firm, no fear. Lee Story, writing law in here.
Moderating the madness, flaming the rise. Click, clack, justice, cutting through lies. You step out of pocket, they right on time. Whole squad tight on the front line grind. Woo!
Blue crew, true crew, they moderating the mess. Keeping it in line, cleaning up your stress. Trolls beware, they don't ever care. Running this, making all the way.
Day after day,
They do it their way.
day after day,
They do it their way.
day after day,
They do it their way.
day after day, they do it their way. They do it their way. Day after day, they do it their way.
Dirty, dirty green. Yeah, you know what I mean. Smile so clean. Dirty, dirty, dirty.
Hands so filthy, unseen. Big man on campus. Shark in the Letterman jacket. Laugh while the whole town drowns. He just skims off the habit. Lives in the shadows, fake sugar on his teeth. Tells tales at the conk out. Nobody buys what he speaks. Dirty, daddy green. Pocket fat from grief. Plays the Saint on Sunday. Wears the mask all week. Got the suits on the string. All the badges on a leash. Blink, once you miss it, he'll drag you to the brink. Dirty, daddy green. Proud of what he steals. Smiles in your face, signs, crooked deals. Every hallway, every street. They're all in his pockets, kissing his feet. He got MPD in his jacket, ISP on the chain. Every handshake, every favor. Bought and paid in your pain. By the Vita at the banquet, posing like he runs the place. But the rock drips through when you look him in the face. Oh, dirty, daddy green. Pockets fat from grief. Plays the Saint on Sunday. Wears the mask all week. Got the suits on a string. All the badges on a leash. Blink, watch you miss it. He'll drag you to the brink. Dirty, daddy green. Proud of what he steals. Smiles in your face. Signs, crooked deals. Every hallway, every street. They're all in his pockets, kissing his feet. Watch him. Don't even blink. He'll have your world gone faster than you think. He laughs while you sink. Says it's all just business as he pushes you to the brink. Dirty, 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 daddy. Dirty, daddy. Dirty, daddy. Pockets, 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 pockets. Dirty, daddy. Dirty, daddy. Pockets fat from grief. Plays the Saint on Sunday. Wears the
All right, partner. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the cafe. It is great to see you guys. Happy Sunday. I hope you're all having an amazing weekend, enjoying yourselves, relaxing, maxing, chilling, whatever it is that you do. I hope you're doing it. And I thank you for joining me while you're doing it. And it's great to see you all today. It is Sunday. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Let's talk, folks. About what? I don't know. It's up to you. We should do it. Make sure you share it out. Make sure you hit the like button if you will. I don't even know what I want to talk about, but I want to talk to you guys of all people. So, let's do that. That being said, you guys know how we do this. So, let's do it.
Neon lights flicker like broken halos. Whispers gather in the smoke-filled air. Tables carved with secrets and shadows. Every story's a wound laid bare. The kettle's boiling with a restless rage. Justice written on an unseen page. I sip the silence, bitter taste, waiting for the ghosts to show their face. At the True Crime Cafe, we serve up the pain they try to hide away. Pour another cup of the truth you crave. Raise your glass to the names they betrayed. Mirrors cracked, reflections are liars. Ashes fall where the guilty once stood. The jukebox hums like a funeral choir. Echoes pounding through the neighborhood. Every scar is a candlelit vow. We hug the how, we demand the now. No more silence, no more disguise. We'll paint the night with sharpened cry. At the True Crime Cafe, we serve up the pain they try to hide away. Pour another cup of the truth you crave. Raise your glass to the names they betrayed. This is not a sermon, it's a battlefield hymn, a requiem dripping from the bottle's rim. The guilty write stories in invisible ink, but we'll drag it all up from the edge of the break. At the True Crime Cafe, the reckoning burns like a black bouquet.
All right, all right. Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for joining us today. Happy Sunday. Thank you guys for jumping in so we can just talk, do something maybe a little different. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it works out. We'll see where it goes. But I appreciate you guys choosing to join me today on your Sunday. Taking some time out of your busy days, I'm sure, to hang out with me, myself, and I. I appreciate that so very much. Come on in, grab a seat, get comfortable, fill up your cup, whatever it may be. Let's do this. Let's see who we got joining us in here today. Stephen Fillmore, great to see you. Miss Kathleen Bell, wonderful to see you. Pretty much Finland dancing on in the door as well. Miss Sarah D joining us, guys. Make sure you're following Sarah over on the X. I keep wanting to say Twitter. She will keep you informed. She does an amazing job over there, guys, on X, especially with the Idaho case. She's got it so put together. You can't miss out on anything over there, guys. So make sure you're following her over there. Sylvia Hurley, wonderful to see you. Susie Littleby, buzzing in here. Good to see you today. Thank you for joining us. Kathleen Bell, Jacqueline Keeley, welcome back to you. Moto Man's in the house. Thank you for that. Hitting number 1 on our goal today. Let's break from the norm. What are your thoughts on the Iranian controversy? Wow. I don't know. We'll see. Thank you for that, brother. I appreciate you so very much. Miss Jessie Lynn, good to see you today. Holes is in the house. Says, I love the song. I do too. That one hits pretty good. I like that one a lot. I'm proud of myself on that one. The Tomboy, flying in on her bird. Good to see you, Tomboy. Beach Babe, welcome back to you. Dirty Daddy Green. Yeah, I like that one too. Let's see here, guys. Karen Folquez, good to see you today. Folquez. The Sleuthers, 75. Welcome back to you, dear. Wonderful to see you as always. Jennifer Meineke, same to you. Welcome. In Stitches in the house. Great to see you. Looks like Scully was here. 24 minutes countdown. Good to see you, Scully, if you're back. If not, we'll see you when you are. And again, guys, make sure you share it out. And please hit the like button if you will. Thank you. Lisa Q, good to see you today. Looks like Miss Kim's in the house. Good to see you, Kim. Thank you for being here. I can never say it. Isantis Strip Club. I did not see Bigfoot, no. Moonlit Baby's in the house. Good to see you. I did not, Chihuahuas in Crime. I did not see the Bigfoot. Although it was literally in my backyard, I guess. Based on the map they showed, it must have walked through my backyard, through my little swamp by my river back there. Never saw it. I actually went looking. I never saw it. Isati Strip Club. There we go. Thank you. I need a little hooked on phonics lesson every now and again with some of the names. But thank you. I appreciate that very much. Always appreciated. Jules the Vibe, good to see you. Can you guys hear me clearly? I hope. Yes, no, maybe so. Please let me know. Can you hear me? Yes, no. You can. Thank you, Sluther. Okay, good. I can hear me. I just want to make sure. Thank you, Kim. Tomboy said you're muted, but maybe to her I am, not to the rest of you though. Mikey's in the house. What's up, buddy? How are you doing today? It is so good to see you. I had to go out and come back in. Well, welcome back in. Hold on, everybody. Let me turn that down in the back. That's going to drive me nuts. There we go. Okay, we be good there.
See what else we got going on over here. Yippity yay, yay, yay. Let's see. Oh, wait a minute. Something don't sound right. Hold on. What the hell?
Okay. I think CZ, welcome. Good to see you. It's been a while. Hope you're doing well. Let's see. I think I got everybody. What is going on with this? Hello. Okay, I think I got everybody. Jules by Isati. Isati Strip Club. I think I got it now. Cool. You will have the best signal after that, buddy. That was probably the best decision I made is when I finally was able to go with Spectrum. For those of you that have been with me for a few years, you know I had the worst internet when I had Optimum. It was garbage. It would go out every day. And ever since, knock on wood, ever since I got the new Spectrum stuff with that new fiber, it's fast. Yeah, it's been amazing, and it was the best decision I made. I'm very grateful and happy for that. It's a little more expensive, but you know it's worth what you pay for it. Susie says, "Are you?" No, I am in Ohio. Unfortunately, I wish I was in New York. I wish you're in New York. That is awesome. Awesome. I'm glad you're tuning in from there. Love New York. Always wanted to go there. Yeah, so is mine, Mike. It's badass. It truly is super, super fast. The fastest one I've had yet. And they put the fiber in over the summer, and then they made us wait for it for like 3 months. And then finally I called because I was so tired of my Optimum stuff going down every other day. If somebody sneezed, my internet was out. And I was like, you know what? It's nuts. So I called and they were like, yeah, you actually do qualify now in your area for this. And I was like, what is the fastest you have? And it's that they put in the new fiber stuff. It's fast. It is super fast. Like I can click on something and bam, it's uploaded immediately. It's there. As compared to me having to wait, I almost had my shit was almost like dial up with the other stuff. It was pathetic. So it was bad. Very bad. My internet, I'd be going down. I'd go down in the middle of a show like the other day I did because the power was knocked out from the weather. But yeah, it was bad. It was bad. Me too, bud. I do. I want to go to New York bad. The tap on the bowl. Yeah. Yes. Yes. It was garbage. And if you have an option to go with Optimum ever, do not do it, please. It is I had that for 3 years, folks. It was miserable. I'm very happy with Spectrum. Like I said, it's more expensive, quite a bit more, but it's also quite a bit more like it's amazing stuff. Little Susie B. Miss Jen 7 in a house. Just to let you know, I have a paranormal group called ADK Para Sisters. That's awesome. Adirondacks. My group used to be called TRAP, TRAP, and it stood for Trumbull Researchers of Apparitions and the Paranormal. Yes, it was interesting, to say the least. I'll have to check that. If there's a way, Susie, I will definitely check it out. Great to see you today, Jen. I hope you're doing well. Yes. It is interesting. It's nice to take a little break from that. Than what we do normally to step into something else different every now and again. I do agree. I do agree. Let's see. I don't think I've got. We're in a blizzard advisory. Oh my god. Yeah, it must be. Welcome, Cal. Thank you, Kathleen. Number 2 towards our goal today. Says I love your show, and I love that you love it, Kathleen. I appreciate that more than you know. Very much so. You have no idea, and guys, that stuff is all very much appreciated. Of course, donations, tips, any of that are never ever expected, but it does help to keep the bills paid. The bills they're coming due. That expensive internet I was talking about, the StreamYard, and all the fun little things we need to have to make this stuff run. It is absolutely expensive as all hell. Oh, um, and it does not. It's not cheap by no means. So it is so appreciated. Anybody that donates via the Cash App, Venmo, PayPal stuff that goes direct to our bills for here for sure. And of course, this super sticker, super chats, and all that stuff. We get that next month when they get their percentage, and we use that as well. It is all very helpful and all very much appreciated, but never expected. So thank you guys so very much for that. Um, Rebecca Seidner, great to see you. I found out that I am as well, Susie. I didn't even know it until I came in here. Wild stuff. Wild stuff. Always wanted to snowmobile ride the Adirondack. That'd be crazy, Mikey. That's hell. Donnie Riesling, good to see you. Thank you for joining us. How about Arctic Fox? Yeah, how about that piece of garbage? What a piece of garbage, huh? U.S. Air Force General. Yeah, I did. That's pretty wild, isn't that, CZ? That is wild. General McCasland, I think is how you pronounce it. Yeah, he went missing. Yeah, Kim's right. Watching ads is a free way to make donations. That is very true, and thank you, Kim, for that. And the easiest and the best way you guys can support us is just by hitting the like button and sharing our channel. Making sure that you hit the like button so that you don't miss anything we put out. That's facts. I wish you were on Friday the 13th show with you. I wanted to be there so bad, Jen. They wanted me there too. I guess because of the things I do and know and all that stuff. I experienced poltergeist. Those ones are scary a little bit, Karen, because of the activity with them. Truly, anything like that or a predictive haunting or anything like those are scary for sure. By the way, you guys, I did pin a link if anybody wants to join me up here. I promise I don't stink. I showered today. I'm wearing my colognes and all that, so I do smell well. You don't have to worry about stinking up here. But yes, you're welcome to join me should you choose. And if not, it's just fine the way it is. Dreaming things before they happen, hearing drawers of stove open at night, water running. Wow. Interesting stuff. Interesting stuff. By the way, I'm glad I've seen some of your comments that you guys like the music that I put together to entertain you guys before you come in for the intro. I hope you guys do like it very much. I do enjoy making it. It's something I love doing. Kind of takes me back to the years when I was still playing music out, and I enjoy it a lot. So thank you for the positive comments about that, guys. It means a lot. Miss Beverly Flake, welcome. Good to see you. Our megastars in the house. What's happening, Maggie? Good to see you. Hemi's in the house as well. Good to see you, sir. Oh, that was because the power went out, Hemi. Pretty, is it pretty? Petty Pretzi, welcome. Petty Pretzi, welcome, welcome. Dirty Daddy Green. He played on the soundbar. Oh, wow. But that sounds good. Especially that one. That one hits pretty good. Oh, I did that yesterday. Cleaned out the fridge. We'll be putting together. We're getting rid of that thing behind me, that cabinet in there. That's going out the door, and her gift is going to be put together, and we're going to put that up. So you'll see a new one soon. Oh, don't say that, Kim. I don't want any more snow. Sick of it. First time true crime case I've been involved in. Rabbit hole. I went so deep it became very physically, spiritually sick thing. Oh, you got to be careful with that stuff, Susie. Truly, you do. Because it can happen. That's a fact. Light bulbs and fixtures suddenly would stop. Oh, yeah, I've seen that stuff happen before for sure. Lizzie Turtle Balls, welcome. Good to see you today. Written Dreams, great to see you. The True Crime Cafe song was created from my videographer, Molly Drake. She has her own channel as well. You guys, I can refer you to that channel to subscribe over there. She's got a lot of music and stuff she's created. She's very creative. We don't get to see her often, but she's very creative. But she created the intro video and songs, the True Crime Cafe song, that was all her. That's one I didn't touch. And she did an amazing job because it's probably one of my favorite songs, and it's just an intro song to a live stream. So, you know, let's see. Getting nasty in Iowa. Stay safe out there. Yes, please do. All of you, be careful. If you're having bad weather, please stay safe and careful out there, please. Oh, let me see. Who else? I need to look that up. I'm gonna make this on here. God, that sounds good. I don't know what we're doing today, but it's Sunday and it's usually something with sauce. Something with sauce. Forget about it. I'm making cracked chicken in the crock. Oh God, that is good stuff. Do you put that over rice or noodles, Sluther? Or do you just eat it the way it is? Thank you, Susie. A pizza shop here sells Murray Hill pasta sauce. I thought, oh wow. Let me know how that is. I've never had it. I've heard that it's amazing. Please let me know how that is. Orzo with it. There you go. Oh yeah, that sounds good. Very good. I've never tried it with orzo. That sounds really good, Sluther. To tell my wife about that. Each babe. Porcupine balls. Yay, yay. Stuffed peppers, porcupine balls, or stuffed cabbage. Halushki, cabbage and noodles. Hey, CZ. There's my little Slovak teacher. Yes. If you're Slovenian, that's what that means, guys. I make the best, I've been told. Halushki and Halupki. That's the other half of my nationality or heritage is Slovenian. Or the I guess from where my family is from over there, it was like right on the line of Slovenia and Transylvania, but there was because of people territorial taking over different things. So I would like, have partial. We don't know what we are. We're either Slovak, Slovenian, or whatever you call it, or Transylvanian, which is the same thing from my understanding. So it is what it is. And then the rest of me is Italian. I have a little bit of Irish in me too, just a tit. Oh, Kim, you're gonna make me jealous if you're talking about what I think. Did I just see somebody say Little Italy in Cleveland? Was it you? Perfect prisoner, welcome. Good to see you. It is great to see you. Thank you for joining us. Porcupine balls, yes. You should be making something with that there, Miss Meg. Mashed potatoes. Makes me think of it. Yes. Alushki, Alopki, Eastern European part Ukrainian Czech. There you go, CZ. I thought so. Czech. Yeah, it's the best way to put it, I guess. Rather than saying Slovak or Slovenian, it's more Czechoslovakian. I'm a defect Italian. I don't cook. Oh, Lord. Okay. Boiled potatoes. Ugh, that I don't know. The Burbs is one of the best movies ever. My wife, part Irish too. My wife is Irish, half French. No, I'm sorry. It's broken up in there. She's Irish, French, and a little tiny bit of German, I think. Matched family, I'll say. It just happens here. It's weird. Sometimes we'll do something like stuffed peppers or cabbage, but typically it's something with sauce. It just happens. And my wife isn't even Italian. She just does it. Homemade Alfredo this afternoon. Oh, that sounds so good, Jesse. I love that movie. This is Walter. That is a good movie. It is. Jen got my man Lane out there as that avatar. I like it. Lane Staley, the man. Super talented star, musician. Very sad that we lost him so early. I grew up south of Cleveland in the rain. Gotcha. Oh, that's how I make it, Beverly. I make both. There's two different kinds that I was taught to make when I was younger. I use, the cabbage, noodles, and bacon. And I also make another one. It's called halushki as well, but it's a different version of it. I make the homemade dumplings, the drop dumplings. And I make that for the halluc with the cabbage too sometimes. It's just a lot of work, but sometimes it's easier just to grab a bag of noodles and throw it in the water, you know what I mean? But I do make the drop dumplings, okay? And then I'll take that with white cheddar cheese, bacon, and you mix that all together and throw it in the oven and bake it for, I don't know, long enough to melt the cheese down, mix it all up real good, and I'm telling you guys, it's definitely not good for you, but it's good. It's so good. Panic attack. Finish. I've never had finished food with bacon. Yeah, definitely, Beverly. Try it one time without cabbage. Okay. My grandparents did this. This is how I got it. My great grandparents. But instead of using the cabbage, just the bacon dumplings and shred white cheddar cheese. Make sure it's a good brand because if it's not, it sucks. Black Diamond is a really good brand if you have that brand there. But shred white cheddar cheese in it, mix it up, and just eat it that way. I'm telling you, it's amazing. Oh, cauliflower. We love cauliflower. Yes, we use sometimes when we were doing the keto thing, we would make cauliflower mac and cheese instead of macaroni and cheese, and it's amazing. Another way to do it is really good is if you lay it all out, fresh cauli, on a like a cookie sheet or a tray, and then um we would put a little butter on each a little bit of it, and then we sprinkle it with the Hidden Valley Ranch powder and bacon bits, and then you sprinkle cheese over that and bake it. Oh my god, it is so good. I love cauliflower. You don't like cheese? I got no understood, Beverly. Understood. Sammy T's in the house. What's happening, Sammy? Pierogi. Pierogi is so good. Well, we make those homemade too. I love the sauerkraut ones and the potato cheese. And that's the other thing too is when you make those dumplings, guys, it's not just flour. We shred great potato into those dumplings as well. They're so good. I do too, Beach Babe. I love cheese, all sorts of cheeses. We have recipes in our Discord, guys. We have a food channel in there and a bunch of recipes that are in there too. If you guys are in the Discord, go check it out. I know, Steven. It happens every time we talk about food. I'm making myself hungry. I may have to make that haluski soon. It's got it, Mary Casey. Hello. Yeah, we have a recipe, like I said, a section. I think it's still there. If you're in our Discord, and if not, of course, you are welcome to join it. It's free to everybody to join. Um, we have a food channel in there, and it's got a lot of these recipes and then some in there. So jump in there if you want. Gluten free. I've heard about that. Hashimoto's disease. Yeah, love it. Yeah, we do too here in Youngstown, Ohio. We have one here. It's so awesome. Uh, won't be finding any of Joey's secret recipes in there. You got a couple of them. I probably should throw in there. Yeah, if you guys want the Discord, if you want to be in the Discord, let us know and we'll drop a link out here for you to jump in the Discord if we can. Pierogies smothered in butter and onions. Any type of pierogies are good in my opinion. Cottage cheese are good too. I don't like the prune ones, CZ. I can't get on with those ones. I just don't care for them. Um, my wife makes them from time to time. My grandmother used to all the time. Miss Rose in the house. Happy Sunday, dear. Absolutely. We will get a link rolling for the Discord if you can. All Things Food is still there. Okay. Well, once you get in there, go check out All Things Food if you can. Have you heard of Michigan? Is that they're like chili dog, no beans? No, I haven't. According to Miss Tomboy Charm, that's how they do it in Texas. They don't put beans in their chili. And we don't when we make chili dogs here, we don't put that type of. There's no beans in the chili, but yeah. What are your thoughts on Dial of Pop, Dial of Pass? I covered that, Jen. I don't know if you were here, but I did. I covered it. Um, very crazy situation. Very crazy. Written Dreams. Myers just dropped a new. Yeah, I saw that one. Thank you, Written Dreams. Let's see. Chili ain't chili without beans. If you're eating chili with a spoon out of a bowl, it's got to have beans, you guys. And then you got to add some chili or some cheese, so on and so forth. I did, Jen. Yeah, it's in one of our shows. I used to cover all that stuff back in the day. I covered a lot of those. There's another one too that's a lot like Dyatlov Pass that I covered, but it's in my old stuff back in the day. Lola Getz, welcome. Happy Sunday to you. Getting ready for a trip to Sidonia. That is awesome. Dyatlov Pass was a weapons test gone wrong. You know what I've heard? That was one of the theories that I read about when I covered it in Moto Man. It very likely could have been. It sounds like it the way everything went down, you know? It was weapons testing for aliens. Very likely. Very likely, sir. No beans and chili. You guys are insane. If you're putting it on a hot dog, that's fine. Or on a cheeseburger. That's good on a cheeseburger, too, by the way. But if you're eating it out of a bowl with a spoon, you got to have beans in that. Come on now. There's our Fizzy. What's up, Fizzness? Oh, thank you, Sleuther. Dropping number 3 towards our goal today. $9.99. Appreciate that. And I do believe it looked like somebody donated. And I'm gonna say because whoever did it left a message. It says, "Sorry, it's not more." Somebody donated to the Cash App. Or no, wait a minute. Somebody donated to the Venmo and said, "I'm sorry, it's not more." It doesn't matter what it is, guys. If it's a penny, it doesn't matter. Thank you again, Sleuther, for that. God bless. You're so generous. But it doesn't matter. Thank you to anybody that donates to the Cash App, PayPal, Venmo stuff, because every bit of that goes towards paying these bills here, guys. Because this stuff's expensive and it gets more and more expensive. So thank you. We appreciate every bit of it. And them bills are definitely coming due like now. So it doesn't matter how much. Like I said, if it's 99 cents, if it's $99, it doesn't matter. Whatever it is, you guys are amazing for even thinking about doing it. And we do appreciate you so very much. Thank you. I know a friend of mine was under and people are always awful to her. Why don't you eat something you look so? Oh, gotcha. Yeah. Yeah. Well, Mittens for Kittens. Great to see you. Yeah, Andrew is a great channel. Andrew Myers, he's just awesome. He's a very good friend of the channel and myself. We talk often about different things over the phone, so on and so forth, and of course on the show. I love Andrew. I have a lot of respect for him. I'm grateful. And by the way, thank you guys for those of you that were here yesterday with the verdict room last night when we spoke with Mr. Kevin Curtis. I appreciate that support, as did Kevin. And I'm looking forward to having him back. It was a great show. I really enjoyed myself. And there is Andrew's link, guys. Make sure that you do subscribe to Andrew Myers and Yoli over there. It's a great channel. They are a lot alike, Mike. That's why I think what Andrew was telling me, how laid back he was. Kevin's awesome. He's got a great sense of humor too. I love it. He is. He's hilarious. Let me make sure I'm not missing this stuff over here. I can cook a pot of pinto beans and rice with cornbread. My wife will not eat the beans. Oh, that sounds like a plan right there, brother. Love that stuff. Yeah, that I saw. That's probably the other one I'm talking about too, Jen. Welcome, Four Hands. Good to see you. Hot dog sauce is not chili. That is fact. Make sure you get them clothes clean, Fizzy, and I hope Louie's doing well. Again, great to see you. Four Hands, thank you for joining us. I don't like the texture of beans. I like rice a lot too, though, so I get it. Uh-oh. The Bomb Toys joining me up here today. How about that? Welcome,
Are
Bob.
we
How are you?
are we still gonna be on about the chili with no beans?
That is not chili if there's no beans in it.
Well, you can make it taste because they put brisket, they put steak, they put lots of stuff in it. You don't need the beans.
Well, it's not chili then. It's just sauce. It's hamburger sauce.
No, it's not.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-uh.
The only way I can do that is if it's being put on top of a hot dog. That's it. Only way I can do it. And then, of course, there's got to be some cheese added to that as well. Just saying.
Yeah, I think it all depends on whether or not beans are your thing. But
And if
I'm not
you
a big
don't like
bean fan
beans, I'm
anyway.
sure, yeah. But my wife, when she makes chili, she puts kidney beans, pinto beans. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Chili beans, pinto beans. Wait a minute. Chili beans, pinto beans, kidney beans, black beans. There's like 5 or 6 different beans she puts in it. Hey,
Well,
Grace.
I think in the South, well, down here in Texas, a lot of people have allergies to beans and stuff, so they just stopped adding it.
Gotcha. Sylvia, welcome. And thank you. I understand, I guess. I've never heard of a bean allergy, but that makes sense. Thank you, Meg. Again, thank you to anybody that chooses to support us and with the Venmo, PayPal, Cash App. You guys are amazing. I do appreciate that. What did Moto just say? I just missed it. Where'd it go? Are you getting any better, Tomboy, or are you getting worse?
It fluctuates. During the day, I feel better, but I don't sound better.
Mm-hmm.
But at night,
it's always worse at night. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you feel better.
I'm trying.
Like the same crap we all had.
Oh, it's just
President Obama is a shape-shifting reptilian creature that's related to the dead lizard queen of England, says David.
That's crazy.
I love it. Living Dead Girl, welcome. Buttered chicken. You want to talk about some buttered sausage? Let's talk about buttered sausage. Weird ass shit. Oh my God. Texas is allergy landy. Yeah.
Oh, I will tell you, I have never had allergies until we moved to Texas. Never.
That's because Texas is hell. It's not a state. It's hell. Literally, it's hell. That's why it's so fucking hot down there. It's hell. It is hell. You'll never get me there. Diego, peanuts or beans. I know. That
so
makes
there's
sense.
a lot, and there's a lot of people who have they're called legumes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I get it. I used to be able to, I could eat chili every day forever until I got old. I can only eat chili maybe once a month now because my stomach it doesn't play well. I'll just say that. But yeah, no, that's a good point, Susie. I never even thought about that before, that peanuts are beans and peanut allergy is the same type of thing. So yeah, it makes sense. Lizard people.
Mystic, there's 2 people in my house who have been going on 3 weeks now too. So
SRB is about to go through the whole thing again because her husband left for work, came back, and he's sick now. And she's got a child that, when he gets sick, he gets bad sick. So I hope they don't all get it. I hope they don't. She's going to be a mess. Yeah. Angie B's in the house. What's happening? Oklahoma's trying to follow Dorothy to Oz. Oh boy. Yeah, we had that the other day. That's why my power went out. I've never seen winds like that next to having a tornado. Truly. You're texting her right now. I hope she's okay. I know she's going to be stressing out. Central Texas was hilarious weather. We'll get 90 degrees on a Tuesday and snow on a Thursday. Yeah, that's wild. That is wild.
I'm telling you. Next week it's supposed to be in the 50s?
Tomorrow it's in the 30s.
Yeah, tomorrow it's in the 30s. Today it's 85.
See, Mother Nature is she's on acid this year or something, because it's 67 degrees today here. It was 39 degrees last night. And it's actually sunny. It's nice out today, which means my wife's probably going to want to hit the grill again. I do. I remember, Meg. Yes. We got that wind. I'm telling you guys, there was a 200-year-old pine tree across the street from my house that was bent like this, and I was freaking out because if it comes down, it's going to take out probably my house, their house, and the neighbor's house. It's that big. It's huge. I was freaking out big time because it was making like when it was blowing, you could hear like the cracking, and I'm like, oh my god, that's going to snap off. It's going to like destroy our houses or something worse, you know. So I was freaking out, and I'm surrounded. As one of these days, I will go live from my phone if it'll let me, show you where I'm at. I'm surrounded by trees and woods and water and everything. So, yeah, she is in a bad mood this month for sure. No lie.
Mother Nature needs to get some new fucking tampons or something.
Yes, she needs new meds. I agree. Yes, I agree. Be careful, Anonymous, please. Ohio weather is very bipolar lately. Agreed. It was in the 80s for 2 days last week, and the next day it was snowing for 3 hours. And I thought, right, it's crazy. Chihuahuas in South Carolina can literally experience all 4 seasons in one day. That's happened here in Ohio too. I promise you. My dad told me a story when he was a kid, which I've never seen it happen, but I don't doubt it because I've seen weird things happen with our weather. That he was a kid, was like 15, he said, and he was out. My grandparents used to have a garden that took up like an acre and a half. It was huge. And the whole family, he comes from a large family. Like he has eight brothers and sisters. So they would put this garden in every spring and they would all work the garden together. It was massive. It could feed the whole neighborhood. So he said one day they were out working on the garden, doing this, doing that. And it was 92 degrees outside and sunny, typical summer. It was like July, middle to end of July, he said. He said it got cloudy and they thought it was going to rain. It got really cloudy and the temperature dropped very quickly. And then it started snowing like a blizzard. Okay. And it lasted for about an hour and a half. The snow wasn't sticking to the ground because the ground was so warm. And then he said it cleared up. The sun came out and it went right back up to being 90-some degrees. And I was like, no, that's not true. You're lying. You're telling me. He was like, I swear, ask your grandparents. And I did. And it did. So, and that was back in like the late 60s, I guess. But I've never seen anything like that. But I would not be surprised if it happened. Yeah, that's exactly it. 77 yesterday, snowing today. And it was cold as shit here yesterday. It was freezing. And now it's almost 70 degrees and sunny. I'm not complaining. I'll take it. But first, Noel, welcome. Good to see you. Today, 90. On Thursday, supposed to be 100. And it's only, where are you at, Noel? Do you live down in hell too in Texas? Snow melts on the caps. Hi, Tandy. Then turns into flooding like we're, yeah. Yeah, that's happened here too. I'm looking. I'm trying to catch up, Susie. I'm sorry. More of you guys jumped in here. No, it's just hell down there. Mandy Lynn Sue, welcome. Becca, welcome to you.
Father Time cheated on Mother Nature and she's pissed.
Yeah, right.
Oh, Newport Beach.
Know what's scary? EMPs. Check out a book called 1 Second After. Hold on. 1 second after. William Fortune. You will not. I will definitely do it. Thank you, Susie.
Started watching either that or Mother Nature's a Cowboys fan. I can't figure it out.
Southern Newport Beach. Got you. Father Time cheated on Mother Nature. Ah, that would explain it. See? Damn, men. Keep it in your pants. We'll be fine. Oh, Grace, I'm sorry, hon. I hope you feel better too.
Hi, Merida.
Who?
Kim.
Oh, Merida. Yes, Miss Kim. You can listen to the Chaos book on Spotify. Thank you, Meg. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna buy it anyway because I collect books. But thank you. I will check it out. I do have premium, thanks to Tomboy and Tandy, as always.
I remember like probably 10 or 15 years ago, I I I would walk to work because it was way easier than trying to drive.
hmm
Um, I just walked to work, and I walked to work one day in shorts and everything. Walked home in shorts, and the next morning I had to get my damn snow boots out because it had literally snowed like 18 inches. I'm like, what the hell is
Yeah,
this?
yeah, right.
I mean, it took out my fence. My boss
That's
used to drive
crazy.
like a really short BMW. He couldn't even get to work because he couldn't get out of his driveway.
That is crazy. Welcome, Kawanda. Great to see you from the ATL. George is in the house. Wonderful to have you here, Kawanda.
Wait, what was that? I gotta go back up. Who what?
She said, "Happy
Did y'all
Sunday from ATL."
No, Beach Babe. Did y'all see the end of Christie's video? Text screenshot regarding the fifth Idaho 4 victim?
Christy Chaos.
Oh, you're gonna need to play that.
I am pulling it up now. No, I haven't seen it. Hold on. Okay. Let's see what we got.
Yes, Dago, if you have not read the book Framed, you can listen to it on Spotify as well. But have you read it?
I started to.
Yeah, I'm about halfway through,
It's an awesome book, isn't it?
but I am Tandy's personal audiobook.
Oh, I get it. You read it to her.
Yeah, I read it to the whole house actually.
Right, right. Wait, which video is it? Hey, Randy, good to see you, buddy. Um, hold on here. Yeah, Chaos is my next one too. Um, Christie's video, Beach Babe. Which video is it?
Ro
During.
posted it in chat. Here, I'll get it for you.
Oh, I see it now. Okay, yeah, I can't grab it from the chat. Um, now there's a fifth victim. When will this get? I thank you, Moto. Thank you. It's always giving us something new to throw around, you know? This isn't
Oh,
the
it
same as
doesn't it doesn't it didn't come up to the exact one, it just came up to her page.
Is it the Bethany Funk Naked Man one? New, latest. Kathleen Bell. I'm curious about this fifth. This has been talked about from the beginning, so you guys know. But there's never been any information to point to a fifth victim. It's that one? Okay. Naked Man one. By the way, if you guys haven't yet subscribed to Christy, she is part of our crew as well, one of our amazing moderators. Please subscribe to her channel. Christy puts out some good stuff, guys, for sure. She does put in a lot of work. And please hop over there, support her. There's her link. It's Brian. Okay, let's check this out real quick. And again, make sure you guys subscribe to Christy's Chaos. Hit the notifier. That way you don't miss out on anything she puts out. Oh, yeah. Yeah. All right, let's see what we got. All right, here we go. There's no audio to it. Is there supposed to be audio?
No, it says there's no audio. It's just you got to read it. So slow
Oh.
it down to
Yeah.
like 0.5 or 0.75.
There we go. All right, let's see here. Sorry about that, you guys. I didn't realize. Can you just tell me what happened at 4 a.m.? Can I just tell you what happened at 4 a.m.? Does Bethany have exculpatory evidence? He is a cute dog. Okay, so this Idaho Statesman Koberger defense team wants Moscow survivors' testimony. Here's why they may not get it. Brian Koberger's defense team thinks one of the two surviving roommates from Moscow stabbings that left 4 students dead has information that could help clear their client's testimony. Records obtained by the Idaho Statesman Marshal wrote that Funk may be a material witness for the defendant in this case, and a formal subpoena was issued April 11th in Nevada, where Funk lives. Okay. Hopefully you guys can see that bigger. Screenshot at the end. Okay. I'll try. I'm not very good at that screenshotting thing, but I'll try. A criminal investigator worked for Ann Taylor, Koberger's public defender, said in a legal filing that police interviewed Funk several times as part of their investigation into the November slayings at an off-campus rental home near the University of Idaho. Investigator Richard Batonti said Funk has information that is exculpatory to the defendant. He wrote a legal terminology meaning the details disprove Koberger's guilt. How about that? Me too, Fizzy. I'd like to see Murphy in a room with Brian Koberger and see how he reacts. For Koberger's arrest, Funk told police in an interview that she saw Kernodle and Chapin at the Sigma Chi fraternity house from 9. We're going to cover this too, coming up actually. From about 9 p.m. on November 12th until about 1:45 a.m. November 13th. When they returned to the King Road home, police said Sigma Chi is located fewer than 600 feet from the home where the homicides took place. Portions of information Miss Funk has is exculpatory to the defendant. Batonti wrote, to justify the out-of-state subpoena, Miss Funk's information is unique to her experiences and cannot be provided by another witness. There again, we still have not gotten that information, and we were told that 3 years ago. Excuse me. Funk and the other survivor each told police that all 5 housemates and Chapin were back at the home by 2. According to the affidavit, everyone was asleep or in their respective bedrooms by 4, with the exception of Kernodle, who received a food delivery at the home at approximately 4. Police said records they downloaded from the 2 survivors. God bless America, I didn't stop it. Hold on.
You know, is it just me? Am I the only one who thinks that there was never a DoorDash order? This was just their way to communicate.
I mean, it could be.
Without being tracked, so to speak.
It could be. Police said records they downloaded from the 2 surviving roommates' phones helped lead them to believe the homicides happened at between 4 and 4:19 a.m. One of the roommates' cell phones also was used to call 911 dispatch just before noon. That could be, Tomboy. It could. There are no references to Funk in the affidavit to indicate what else she may have told investigators. It is not known whether the other surviving roommate was served with a subpoena to testify at the preliminary hearing. She told police she saw a masked man in the house. An expanded gag order that Marshall issued in January restricts attorneys for victims or witnesses in the Koberger case from commenting about it outside of court filings. Interesting. Excuse me. Hold on here. Did hit play, didn't I? Now it's going to go slow. Dylan stated she opened her door for the 3rd time after she heard crying and saw something clad in black clothing and a mask that covered the person's mouth and nose walking towards her. DM described the figure as 5'10" or taller, male, not very muscular, but athletically built with bushy eyebrows The male walked past Dylan as she stood in a frozen shock phase. Bullshit. The male walked towards the backsliding glass door. Dylan locked herself in her room.
Hold on, stop it. But she said in her interview that he walked by and she looked at him and he looked at her. And
Yeah.
then he left.
Yeah, she did proclaim that they kind of made eye contact. And she also said in the PCA, she said she saw him walk towards the back door, the backslider. In the interview, she said, and in the other report, she said she watched him walk out the door. There's that too. And I think that's important. So yeah. Investigators to believe that the murderer left the scene. Dylan stated she opened her door for the third time after she heard crying and saw I don't know what that says. The combination of Dylan's statements to law enforcement reviews of forensic work clad in black clothing and a mask that covered a person's mouth and nose walking. Downloads of records from BF and DM's phone, the video of a suspect video as described below leads investigators to believe the homicide occurred between 4 and 4:25. How is that possible? Because am I wrong? Hey, Karmic, good to see you, dear. Tattoo Gal. Welcome all you guys. Meanie, good to see you. Mary Casey. Anybody else I may have missed, welcome. It's wonderful to have you here today. I hope you guys are having a great weekend. So here's the problem. Go ahead.
If you go by the text messages and what Dylan said, it was about 10 or 20 minutes after 4 o'clock that she texted Bethany.
Yeah. Yes.
So that would have been 4:20, but that car took off at 4:21. So
bingo.
You're saying it literally took, okay, I'm going to give you maybe 3 minutes. I'm going to give you 3. So you're saying all this damage took 3 minutes to do?
No.
Somebody's full of poo-poo.
And a lot of it, yes. During the male walk past DM, she stood frozen. During the process of the crime scene, investigators found latent shoe print. This was located during the second processing of the crime scene by ISP team by first using presumptive blood test and then aminoblack, a protein stain that detects the presence, of cellular material. The detected shoe print showed a diamond pattern similar to the pattern of a Vans type shoe sole just outside the door of Dylan's bedroom located on the second floor. This is consistent with Dylan's statement regarding the suspect's path of travel. Okay, that doesn't make sense because if that footprint is sitting literally in the threshold of her door and it's facing the door frame. So what the hell? That has nothing to do with it. All right, Fizzy. Miss Potts is in the house today. Again, great to see you, dear. Bethany called Dylan. Miss Potts says Bethany called Dylan at 4:19. I think that was when the first, yeah. Okay, so let me write that down just to make sure that that's there. How do we know she's seen anyone in her text? Dan, it was all about intro. Here's my thing. Since they're talking about this footprint, when we saw this footprint, it's literally, okay, if this is the door frame, the footprint, the toe of the foot is at the door frame in the threshold of the door open. So what it looks like to me is somebody was standing with their foot there looking into the living room from the door, like where the pond table and the half wall is. That's what it looks like somebody was doing. And it does match the Vans imprint. I pulled my Vans out. I pulled out my Converse shoes and all that kind of stuff to see like what it looks like. It's identical to the bottom of my Vans tennis shoe. So Dylan had a pair of Vans sitting right there inside her door too. You tell me. You know what I mean? I don't know. Just saying. I almost wonder if Dylan was standing at the doorway watching things go down. That's again my opinion. It doesn't make sense. Oh, 1 minute. Meanie, are they saying that the footprint is from an investigator now and who wears Vans to a crime scene, isn't it? Right. Thank you, Meanie. That doesn't make sense. I agree with that wholeheartedly. Like I said, as they're showing the footprint in the pictures, you see not like 12 inches in front of that door frame, a pair of her Vans sitting there. So there's that. Yeah, there's 2 pair. Rose right. No doubt Dilly McWord salad was involved in. I love that, Sluther. That was good. Dilly McWord salad. Yes. I'm writing that one down. I'm going to use that. I might have to put that in a song. Dilly McWord salad. I love it, Sluther. Okay. Isn't it? No, Jen, it's facing the door frame. The toe was facing the door frame. Okay. That's how we saw it, Tomboy. Do you remember looking at that picture? Are you still here, Tomboy?
Effing mute button.
Oh, yeah. Remember when we went over that and we looked at that? We analyzed that photograph. The toe to the shoe print was facing the door frame, like it was walking into it, right?
I don't know if it was walking into it or
That's what I remembered.
I'm trying to figure out how you can get a shoe print that close to the baseboard without walking on the wall.
Because you're standing there, in my opinion, facing it like that. Hold on a second, my granddaughter.
Hi, Junie.
What's up? Where's Nene at? Okay. Throw the wrapper in the garbage. Sorry, guys. Yeah, and that's how it looked like. And the only way, like I said, first off, where's the other footprint? And I'm gonna guess because that one was there. Otherwise, she'd be standing on her door, or they would be standing on the door. The other footprint had to be out in front of her room in the hallway, or the other foot, and it was like straddling the threshold of the door. That one went right into the wall. It's weird. Okay, Sluther, thank you, hon. Cynthia Rose, welcome. Why is everyone so sure that it's a footprint? Could it be? I mean, it looks like a footprint. It matched my Van's footprint pretty close, but it is. They said what, size 13? Dylan don't wear, her feet aren't that big, but there's some other people's who are. I'm not blaming it on anybody else, but like Hunter Johnson has big feet. Jack Decor has big feet. I'm sure there's other guys that have big feet. Brian Koberger's feet aren't that big. Hey, Chris Tat, good to see you. They try to say that print came from an officer. I've never seen police officers wearing Vans. Maybe it was placed as a distraction. That could be. Somebody literally could have taken a shoe and put a footprint right there on purpose, Mama J. I agree with that. Especially the way this damn scene has been. Yes. Maybe helping pull up plastic off floor could be. Like a tennis racket. I got you, Jen. I see what you're saying. And I'm believing now at this point, I could see D watching it go down. 100% Grace. That's what my thought was too. With that smirk on her face, she has a mean girl vibe. I've seen her a mean girl look on her face. I just feel like, yeah, you're welcome to jump up here, Annie, if you want to, hon. The link is pinned at the top of the chat. I'd love to hear from you, as always. Of course, anybody's welcome to, but there's nobody up here, Annie, so you don't have to worry about overcrowding. You're welcome to jump up here, dear, at any time. I haven't heard from you in a while. It would be awesome. So, let me see. I'm sorry, but I believe the person Dylan is talking about when she said it was like he knew me, and I know him. The only person she never could. It could have been. It could have been Hemi. That's a good point. Okay, let's go on with Miss Christie's video here. 139 of you guys in the house. Thank you guys for joining me. Make sure to hit that like button, folks, if you will, please. There's the back patio. See, this is something else I've always had issues with, too, you guys. What's up, Scully Skull? Gang, good to see you, brother. As close as all of this is to this house. Everything is so close, okay? There's no way nobody heard this. There's no way nobody heard this, especially the people in 1112. I know they heard this. They had to have heard this. And then they leave at 3 in the morning and come back at 5 something. I would like to. Go Go ahead.
You see how that is like bowl shaped right there?
Yeah, the whole
That
thing. It's
that
like a fishbowl. Yeah,
right. Them people down below would have heard everything.
and that's the point I was getting ready to make to you because it's up on a hill. Okay, the house is higher up, so the sound is going to drown down to them. Okay, they heard this. They had to hear this. It's crazy. And then people in 1112, I want to talk to them. They need to give interviews. They need to be talking because I know they heard this. I know they heard this. I would bet, I will bet, which, well, it's not worth anything, but I'll bet my entire collection of action figures, not dolls, that they heard all of this go down. That anybody in that house did. Sound does travel. That's right. Especially in this fishbowl. Thank you, Ro. You should join us today, Karmic Retribution. We would love to hear from you. What does that say? Nick Man with boots or second person? Oh. Gotcha. Okay. Okay. That's a huge foot. Huge foot. Which tells me that person's probably bigger than 6 foot. Oh my goodness gracious. It is a holiday. We got Miss Annie. What is going on, ma'am?
Yes.
How are you?
Hello. You rang?
Yes, I've missed you. Great to hear from you.
How you been?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm okay. I have to take
Good.
it easy. Doctor's orders.
Why? What's
Good
going
morning.
on?
Good
Nothing.
morning, sunshine.
We're not going to get into it. I
you-
have to take like a few days off. It is what it is.
Are you okay?
I'm fine.
Are you sure? Okay. Oh, either way, I will.
Yeah,
keep
I'm
you in my
positive.
thoughts and prayers. I know. I'll keep you in my thoughts and prayers. That's it. Period. So
Yeah, I'm fine.
thank you for
So what's
joining
cracking?
us.
What's your question? Anytime. Anytime.
What you say? It's been a while. I'm grateful to have you up here. What did you say in here? I saw. Hey, Twiz, what's up, bud?
I don't know. I kind of missed it. I heard like I saw Tomboy say, "Come and explain it," but I missed
That's what I
what
was trying to find out.
what you
What were you
guys were
talking
talking
about, Tomboy?
about.
The shoe print.
Oh, the shoe print thing we were talking about. You have any thoughts on that,
The
Annie?
shoe print.
Specifically, that latent shoe print in Dylan's doorway.
I don't know. I mean, it's interesting that it seems to be the only footwear, I guess you could
Right.
say, that they were able to find. Like, not good, because they were talking about how like there's a lack of footprints and or shoe prints towards any of the exits. The only one
Yeah.
they have happens to be like right by her door. So I don't know. It's interesting.
Very, very, very interesting. I agree.
Did it look like the toe of that print was walking into the wall or like right next to the baseboard?
It looked
To me,
like it was.
to me, it looked like the shoe itself is like, I don't know how to describe it. Maybe it's just the way they took the photo, but they even the measurement, the marker for it. It's almost like it's going towards the stairs that go upstairs, but like right at the threshold of her door. So like if
Mhm.
someone was standing at her door facing the 3rd floor stairs, but like right there at the threshold.
Yeah,
It's almost like a
right.
left foot is what it
Yeah.
looks like to me. It doesn't look like a right shoe. It looks like a left shoe.
So like they were turned facing, looking up the stairs in front of her door. In a sense,
Right. With
yeah,
like their left side to her door.
right. And the right foot would be out in the hallway, basically, per se, unless they were holding it up. But yeah. Okay, I could see it. So the back of the foot.
I mean, I could be wrong. Maybe it's a right shoe and one foot is inside the door and one foot's outside the door. Left foot
That could-
inside, right foot outside. You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah, could be. So that would explain that then, because when I looked at it, this is kind of blown up a bit. And thank you for that, Jen. Or who I
But
think.
you see right in front where it looks like it's smeared.
Right here.
Yeah, it's like they wiped it up, but totally missed part of it.
Uh-huh. Which they probably wiped the other one up. And here's the thought, guys.
Well,
This
see,
has been
is
Go
that
ahead, Meg.
I guess what I can't, I'm also trying to look at it. So to me, it looks like the top of the shoe
Mm-hmm.
is where you have that diamond pattern. The bottom of the shoe would be like the heel.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? So like where that
Yeah.
diamond pattern is, looks like it would be the toe portion of the shoe. The back portion is the heel.
Yeah. I can see that.
And it looks like the heel like skidded a little is the best way I
Like
could describe it. Like someone who walks and drags their feet. You know
like
how some
slid
people
forward.
will walk and
Yeah.
they drag the back of their feet?
Yes. Yes, absolutely. One of my kids does that. Drives me nuts. Yes.
You get what I
100%.
mean? To me, it
Yep.
looks like it
It
either
slid.
slid or dragged or right.
Good point. Very interesting. And here's the thing now. One of the biggest mysteries to this case we've all talked about is why we don't see footprints anywhere in or out of the room, especially in and out of Xana's room because of all that mess, this and that. Well, the cleanup itself, guys, I've come to my own conclusion that I believe that's if there was a cleanup, it was to do that, to clean up footprints. And this was one that was
But
unexpected or missed. Go ahead.
well, what's interesting too is there are photos of what looks like they did do a meeto around like Dylan's door and into the
Right.
room, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So it looks like this is your only print.
Yes.
Everywhere else that they put a meeto at in Maddie's room, right? I remember seeing the blue on the floor in Maddie's room,
Mhm.
the blue on the floor at Dylan's room. They did a
Yes.
meeto inside of Ethan and Xana's room, but I noticed they never did any meeto in the hall leading out of Xana's
R-
room or in
Right.
that bathroom.
Right.
Mm,
And nothing in Kaylee's room at all, if I remember, right?
I don't think so. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's interesting. If you think about, I know it sounds dumb, folks, but it's like truly, it's interesting. And I think that, I mean, we had 8 hours, folks. People could have spent 8 hours cleaning up footprints and wiping the floor down and doing this and doing that. I mean, and it's very easy to miss one, as we see. Um, I don't know, and I wonder if they would have used something different instead of the Amito, if it would have been different. You know what I'm saying?
I
It may have
wish
been
they
a
would have
nice.
used anything leading out
Oh,
of Xana's room.
yes, yeah,
At this
very much
point, I
so.
don't give a shit if they use Blue Star, Amido, Luminol. I don't care what they use. I wish they would have used something leading out of her room as far as
That
looking for footwear or,
yes,
footprints.
that entire hallway, Annie, that entire hallway from Xana's bedroom down to the stairwell there should have been anything. I agree with you. Yes. Thank you, Meg.
You
Guys,
know what I
make sure
mean?
you're.
Just to even look for how the person exited
Yeah, right.
via footwear transfer. Because
Absolutely.
even if you could get around like, oh, okay, they could have done what they did upstairs and possibly not gotten anything on their shoes. Right.
Right.
Cool. But once you see Vanna's room, it's very apparent that whoever was in there doing that definitely slipped and slid around in all of that blood.
They
And
had
the
to.
only way, in my opinion, they could have gotten out of that room without leaving any footwear transfer or like footprints would be if you just stripped when you're done
Yeah.
and you take
Yeah.
everything off
Right. Because even if you're
while
in
you're
your
in the room.
100%, and even that, Annie, if like, let's say for instance they took their shoes off, okay, even in socks, if your foot gets wet, folks, I've
Mm.
done this myself, okay, it's gonna leave a footprint of sorts because it goes through the sock.
Mm.
Scully
Oh, for
says
sure. Even if they had booties. Like,
yeah,
even if they put booties on over their shoes, it doesn't
yeah,
matter. The booty itself is still going to leave a transfer stain of some
that's right.
kind. Yeah.
Yep. And the only like it literally looks like people levitated out of the room, folks. It's stupid to say it, but that's what it looks like because there's nothing. And it almost looks like they didn't even
I think
try.
they stripped.
Yeah, it would make
I
sense.
think, according to the state's expert, Sutton, we'll go with Sutton here. Sutton
Yeah.
believes that what Mr. Koberger did is that when he was done, he covered his own bloody clothing with clean coverings of some
Yep.
kind, meaning he stole their clothes and put them over his own, or whatever the case may be. But she also goes so far as to say that he could have, he was cleaning,
Yeah. Like he
right?
pulled on a pair of coveralls or something over his
He
clothes.
did his own cleanup of blood stain. Yeah.
Right. Which,
Yeah.
yeah.
So if we just
Let's,
go with what Sutton's saying here and we go with the state, okay, cool. So Mr. Koberger did all of this. He managed to leave no transfer between the upstairs room and going into Xana's as far as footwear or anything goes. We do know
right.
that all of the diluted blood stains that are in that living room, they belong to Kaylee and Maddie.
Yes.
Right? So if Brian is if you only have one perpetrator, and this perpetrator just did what he did upstairs and then did what he did in Ethan and Xana's room and then is also cleaning, how
Right.
come the only diluted blood down there belongs to the two people upstairs and nothing for
Upstairs.
Ethan and Xana?
Thank you. That's bingo.
Right?
Bingo. That's
And then
that's
and then the other thing that trips me out is you have in that living room, out of all of that diluted mixed sample blood stain that's down there, that's determined allegedly to be only Kaylee and Maddie's, you have one singular blood stain that's undiluted, and it belongs to Ethan. And he is the major contributor, and they don't say how many other contributors there are or whether or not they're male and female. Like, it's very interesting to me that in this living room, you have all of this diluted blood that belongs to the two people upstairs.
Mhm.
And the one person whose undiluted blood is in that room is someone who allegedly never left the bed.
That's what I was going to say. Ethan supposedly never left the bed, the room, anything. He was, according to Gilbertson, as Xana was being killed, the killer, 'cause I refuse to say Brian, but, and that's just me. No offense to anybody that does. The killer reaches over and, as he's killing Xana, he reaches over and kills Ethan just like that. That's how Gilbertson explained it. But
Mm.
okay. So, so Ethan never left the
Mm.
bed nor the room. Okay.
Well, I'm just looking at it. If it's your perpetrator,
yes.
right? If you're doing this forensic investigation, you realize that, like, oh shit, we got a lot of like diluted blood here, right? Some of
Right.
this diluted blood is actually from them and using excessive water when they're swabbing. Okay,
Yes.
cool.
Yes.
But a lot of it is like diluted from something else. It wasn't diluted by the forensics team.
No.
What's interesting to me is that they get this one blood stain that is
Yeah.
undiluted. It's
Right.
Ethan's blood. He's the major contributor to that blood. And it's not talked about who it's mixed with. It says that it's a mixed sample. He's the major contributor, but it doesn't say who the other contributors are and how many.
Right.
And
Right.
to me, that's like would be crucial to know.
Yeah.
I'm sure
absolutely.
they do know that, and maybe it's just not addressed in her, maybe she left that out or whatever, but I'd be interested to know what the full breakdown is for that one singular undiluted sample, because I'd want to know, okay, well, who's his blood mixed with here? Because everything around it is diluted.
Yes. Yes. Agreed.
And if he
Agreed.
never left that room, how is his staying out here? And it's
Right.
in with all of this. You would expect that if the killer, you have a singular killer covered in 4 different people's blood, who is now
Mhm.
cleaning and rinsing things and whatever, it's splashing onto the walls and whatever the case may be, you would expect to see diluted stains that have either all 4
Yes.
as contributors, or you would expect to see maybe some of them are going to be mixed with 2 or 3, and then another one over here might be mixed with the other 2. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, it's
Absolutely.
strange
Yeah.
to me that there is no mixed samples of diluted blood in that living room for Ethan and Xana.
Right. Which are right there. Xana was mobile, according to what they told us. And the people that it is mixed are on the 3rd floor and shouldn't have anything on the 2nd floor. Agreed fully. And real quick, critic Rick said, my point, if you only go by the Ellie's narrative, if BK did this in the 7 to 14 minutes, And indeed, is the white car leaving at 4:21? Where is the cleanup time? Done. Can't do it within that time frame. Absolutely, Rick. I agree with that. I always have. So yeah. Go ahead, Annie. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh, no,
You was-
you can cut me off. Go for
Oh,
it.
I think you were gonna
I'm
say
just,
something else.
it's the brain worm that I've had for the last like week.
Yeah.
Is
Yes.
that one singular blood stain, and
Well,
it's smack in the middle of everything around it is diluted. So if you're going to contribute all of that diluted blood in that living room to the perpetrator doing cleanup,
yeah.
well, then where are the mixed samples for Ethan and Xana, considering their room was 10 times worse than the
Then it
upstairs,
yes, of course. No, that makes perfect
right?
sense.
So, like, if
Now
you're covered in all four people's blood and then you go to rinse all that off, and you've managed to spray this diluted rinse off everywhere because you're
right,
cleaning things or whatever you're trying to do to cover your tracks,
right.
how is it that you were able to not get any of the last two people's blood anywhere in this mix in that room? It's very strange to me.
Yeah, I agree. I do. Now, and I wanna ask something to me to make sure I have it right in my mind. Um, yeah, well, I'm gonna talk about that Beach Babe in a minute with this. I'm gonna bring that up too, but before that, there was, correct me if I'm wrong, please. Was there or was there not a sample or a spatter, whatever you call it, of Xana's blood on the wall behind the bar cart in the living room as well?
I
Or do
feel
I
like
have that wrong?
if I remember correctly, they did attribute that to her at first, but then because of Payne's renumbering system,
Oh,
they
that's
had to
right.
go back and correct that. So there were stains attributed to Xana out in the living room that in fact did not belong to Xana because they were actually never tested for source.
So there's just blood
So
that we
there
have no
were
idea
a
who it
few
is.
samples. Exactly. Right. It was
Mm,
actually, I think if I remember correctly, stain F on the side of the pong table was initially attributed to Xana, but then Sutton had to correct that
okay.
because it was actually never tested for source.
Of course. Okay. That's where I was confused on that, and I forgot about that. So thank you. That's why I did that. Yeah, the renumbering, the mislabeling, that's unacceptable. I'm sorry, but that's what's causing a lot of these issues too, in my opinion. Um,
I'm not even kidding you. Like I saw it and I'll tell you like a quick little funny story. So when I was reading that about the whole renumbering thing, because I read
mhm.
the document first before I did a
Yeah.
live on it, and I was, as soon as I read it in my my third eyeball, right? That like I
Yes.
could just see it in my brain, him sitting there, and by him I mean Payne,
Yes.
switching out all the tubes inside the boxes before he went and renumbered them. That's just what I pictured in my brain.
I
I'm like, so not only is this motherfucker renumbering everything, but in my mind's eye, I can literally picture him like switching swabs out of boxes
yeah.
just to cause more chaos. He's
Yes.
like the fucking chaos creator, man.
100%. And that seems almost like that's what his whole point was in this entire investigation was to cause the absolute most fuckery and confusion that he possibly could. 'Cause that's what I have seen.
It's just my opinion. It's
No,
just
I'm
my
with you.
opinion. I could see him. I literally could see him in my fucking third eye, like opening the boxes with gloves on and switching out the tubes and then renumbering everything.
Yep. Yep. And then those boxes, we saw the photographs of those boxes were like misdated, okay, or were they? From the days that they were tested. I mean, it's so confusing. And yes, I agree with you. I can absolutely see him doing that myself. Absolutely. It should you're right, Chevy, but prove it. That's the thing. Prove that he did it. The renumbering in itself should not have been allowed. I've never seen that before, but okay. Welcome, Sally. Good to see you.
Well, I
It's
was
it's
even like, well, okay, because it says on here something. I remember reading through the documents and it was saying something about like they were left with Payne for Payne to be able to enter them in the Idaho State Police Forensic Services site. And I'm just like, wait, but he's MPD. So Maybe with their collaborations or something. I wasn't sure why. Like it kind of was just like, okay, so you left all of these swabs overnight with him, even though even though they have to go to you at the lab anyway.
Right.
So if you're already coming from Idaho State Police as the lead crime scene investigator and you're doing all these swabs, why are you leaving them with him? Why aren't you taking them back to the lab or sending them into the lab or scanning them into the lab yourself? I don't understand.
Unless he requested that, Annie, like, hey, just leave it here. I gotta write it all down.
Unless they set Payne up from jump.
That could
Maybe,
be.
I hate to say it, but like maybe just maybe they knew he was gonna play fiddly fuck. I don't know. And they were like, yeah, all right, let's see what he does.
You guys remember? You might not have been here, but I thought you were. You remember a while back? It's been quite a while back, but I made a statement and I said, I wonder, because we've all questioned why he was made the lead detective when he truly wasn't. We all know that, okay? But we all questioned that. I said, I wonder if this is something that is being done on purpose to be able to throw him under the damn bus at the end of all this when the shit hits fan finally. And I'll be damned.
Mm.
And now we see where he went. He's not there anymore. And because it made no sense for him to be the lead detective. It didn't. And in all honesty, if you look at the investigation, anyone in relation to MPD that was the lead detective, if anyone was Blaker, okay, that was who it was. He was doing everything. His name is on everything. But Brett Payne was the name. That's what blew my mind. It still makes no sense. And the one with the least experience, okay? And he can't even reach the fucking counter, for Christ's sake. So why would you put him in charge? So that was a joke, by the way. Just ignore that. But anyway, it's a fact though, guys. Blaker's name is on everything. And I didn't even realize Blaker was a detective until I heard Vicky Gooch say it. Detective Sergeant Blaker. I went, what? When did he become a detective? I didn't even know that. But that explained it. The man's name is on everything that we've seen. All the reports, the documents. There's Blaker. Not Payne. But you make this guy.
Yeah, Blaker's the one who was at the. Yeah, he's the one who was at the house demo too, and he came out from like the woods behind the house and was trying to help like throw fence and shit while they were doing demo. Like he wanted to be part of the demo crew and everything.
Exactly. The man was highly involved in everything, but was not titled as anything other than Blaker. Okay. It blows my mind. It's very strange. But I feel like,
well, Idaho's a strange place, right? It is what it is. It's a small town, especially Moscow. Their entire firefighter department is all volunteer, students, basically. So it is what it is. A lot of these much smaller towns and stuff, they run things different. They don't, they don't do things like a big city agency or anything like that. So, I've always tried to like just be give as much grace as you can, right? Even in the beginning, I'm like, okay, well, all right, they're a small town place, like, but now here we are a couple years later, we're 3.5 years out, and it's like, all right, dude, everything you guys are doing to not honor FOIAs, you're doing everything that you can do to not have to actually answer anything with a straight answer. Right? They don't want to give a straight answer to anything.
And the secrecy.
Even when they do their interviews, like when you have Gilbertson and them going out and doing their interviews, they can't give a straight answer.
Right.
On anything. We still can't even get an exact time Ethan and Xana arrived at the residence because at 2:40ish in the morning, when Maddie's allegedly looking for the dog that she lost outside, and she's knocking on Bethany's door. As far as Bethany and Dylan both know, when they go to their rooms at like 2:30 in the morning, Ethan and Xana are still not there.
Right. Absolutely.
Okay. So if you go by their own time, when did they get there? Because, at like 2:30ish, they're still not there. Maddie's now coming and knocking on Bethany's door looking for the dog. That's when Kaylee starts blowing up Jack, right? Yes. Right around the 2:30ish time. At the same time, Maddie's looking for the dog. is when Kaylee's blowing up Jack's phone.
Yes.
And then they go from blowing up Jack's phone and looking for the dog to both just immediately at like 2:53 passing out at the exact same time and never using their phones again.
Right. Bingo. Yes, ma'am. That is absolutely correct.
Get what I'm saying?
Absolutely do. And it's
So we
very
have no
strange.
exact time for when Ethan and Xana get there. It is very strange. We know that they weren't there when Kaylee and Maddie are looking for the dog.
Right. Yeah, and what did we hear in the press conference in the very beginning? That's the only ever timeline we've ever gotten it when they said that the police said they were all at home in their room by 1:45 per se. That was it. Okay?
Mm.
That we know that that's not true though,
Mhm.
because there's many other things that point away from that, because it says that Maddie and Kaylee, Bethany and Dylan had a little powwow in Katie's bedroom at 2 a.m. and Xana and Ethan were not there. So
Mhm.
they're not there at 2, like you
Right.
just said at 2:30, they weren't there, 2:40, whatever. There's never been a time that they got home. And the only other thing I said, this is a slight probability that they were in their bedroom with the door shut. And I only thought that because the way they stated they found Ethan completely undressed and Xana in her underwear. I thought maybe they had gone to bed, whatever, and they had the door shut. They were having alone time. I'll just put it that way, maybe, possibly. But there again, when Dylan says she goes by the room, the door's open. She says she can see Xana. So I don't know what that. We have no idea. You know what I mean? Why are we not told that? And then there was the statement about what Jeff said, that he was there, or when he was out, he called, and I said that they were home by 12:30 eating pizza. What's the truth here, Annie? That's the problem. Why are we not getting that?
Exactly. All I know
That's
is
what
that according to Dylan, after she leaves Kaylee's room, after she made the video,
at
texted
2.
Grower,
Yeah.
2:15-ish, right? She says she's leaving Kaylee's room. She's not sure where Bethany and where they went, Bethany and
Right.
Maddie, but she went to her room. According to Bethany, Bethany went outside with Maddie to take Murphy out.
And don't
So
forget,
we have between
conveniently,
2:15 and 2:30, where we know Ethan and Xana, according to Bethany and Dylan, are still not in the house. Dylan's gone to her room. Bethany's gone outside with Maddie, but then decides she's going to go to her room instead. And then she said about, 10, 15 minutes later is when Maddie came knocking on the door looking for Murphy. So
and
we know that by like
conveniently,
2:30-ish, 2:40, she's, give or take a few minutes, she's knocking on Bethany's door saying, "Have you seen Murphy?"
yes.
According to Bethany and Dylan, at that time, they went to their rooms and Ethan and Xana still weren't there.
Yeah, and don't forget, add that the convenience of the 2:15, supposedly, is when Xana's DoorDash was ordered. But there again, we have no idea whose phone it came from or whose account it came from, because it's never been authenticated. So 2:15 is when they're saying that her order was made.
Hmm.
The exact
Well,
same
right,
time
and
that
it makes
Dylan's
sense
walking
actually
away.
that I mean, if you go by what the state is saying, it was ordered from Ethan's account. Makes sense. So if they're using Ethan's DoorDash to order food, but they're not at the house yet, they know it's going to take a while for the food to get there because it's, that time of the morning, it's late night. There's, you probably got one or two drivers in that small town at that time of the morning delivering food, right? I'm just saying you
Okay.
can only go by what's in the court record technically, and the
Right.
state planned to use that receipt at trial, that
Okay.
the DoorDash was ordered through Ethan's account.
See, I
So what's
misunderstood.
interesting is
Okay.
that when they find Ethan and Xana, it's actually Xana's phone that's in the bed with Ethan, and
And
Ethan's
vice
phone is
versa.
on the floor with her.
Yeah. Okay. I
So she's
misunderstood that.
using his phone, right? She's using his phone to communicate with the driver through the app. Because I'm sure you all know when you order DoorDash, like if you've ever used it, not only can you see how far your driver's away, you'll get an alert when they're close
Yep.
by.
Right.
Do you get what I mean? So you can track your driver and shit right through the app. I'm thinking they ordered it and they weren't there when they ordered it. They're
They
somewhere
weren't
else
home.
and planning
Yes.
on being at the house in a little bit for when the food arrives.
Good point. That's what I thought initially too. Okay, so let me correct something then. Um, I was told that they couldn't authenticate any of the records because I initially thought the Ethan thing was what it was too, that they went through his account.
Mm.
But then somebody told me that they went back to like 2019 or 2018 and found nothing on his account of any use. That's why I was confused. So
Hmm.
I, I guess I need to
Yeah, I'm not
rearrange
sure.
that.
I know the defense was even asking, like, okay, so where's the DoorDash that Xana ordered? Because that was
Right.
something the defense addressed, paraphrasing. But I do remember that where they were addressing that, like, okay, so you have a DoorDash for Ethan's account. What about Xana? And you say Xana, that's why they kind of switched the wording and said she received the DoorDash, not that she ordered one, that she
Right.
received it.
Right, and then there's a couple people in chat that are saying though, was it Ethan's account though? I thought that the DoorDash messages that they released came from Xana's account, and they said that Xana texted Molly, not Ethan. See, this is what the weird thing is.
No. Where does it say that Xana texted Molly? It
I
doesn't
don't.
say anything like that.
Okay, that's
That's
what I
not what
don't
it
know.
says. It says that they communicated with the driver and sent a message to the driver, meaning in the app. They sent a
So
message to the driver, like, are you here yet? You can't just, DoorDash doesn't give you your driver's personal phone number to text them. You
no, it
can
goes to
text them
DoorDash.
through the app.
Yeah. See, that's what I was confused right here about. Tomboy said there were no records for Ethan and Xana that were never authenticated. That's where I was confused with
Mm.
that and got mixed up. So I didn't know.
Well,
Now
yeah, that
somebody
was the
else.
whole argument between the state and the defense going back and forth about the self authenticating records. Right.
Right, right. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, here's my question to you, Annie. I want to ask
So
you this because
nothing is definitive. You get what I'm
right.
saying? Like nothing is
Yeah.
definitive. This is just what they were arguing about back and forth to
Right.
try and get things in for trial and get things out for trial.
Okay. Got you. I got you. My question was with this because of these different questions we had about this DoorDash thing. And I want your opinion on this too. Because I looked into it, I talked to somebody else about it, and I've used DoorDash before as well. So let's say, for instance, that I wanted to order DoorDash for you. Okay, I have your information, and I order from my phone, my account, and I send it to your address under your name, like for you. You can do
Hmm.
that. That's something you can
Yeah.
do. My kids have surprised me with a pizza one time. Blah blah blah. You know what I mean? You can do it. So that's why when I saw that there was no authentication, blah 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 blah, I just wondered, did somebody else? Because people have said to me, Dylan conveniently walks away at 2:15 from that scenario after they were talking about
Mm.
getting food, whatever it was. Is it possible that Dylan made the order from her phone? Is it maybe possible that they used in that house one DoorDash account and they were always ordering through it for each other? Or, at times, this is just like a theory of mine, possibly with this. Um,
I don't know. I know the
but
DoorDash warrant that they put in, it went all the way back to January 2021.
okay. And that was where they found
They did a
nothing.
DoorDash warrant.
That
Yeah,
one
they
I
did a
didn't read.
DoorDash warrant for everyone for the address of King Road, all the way back to January 2021. Any orders that were delivered there, who the driver was, and who ordered.
Got you. Okay. That's okay. So that's what I was
So they
confused
know
about.
via DoorDash. Yeah, they know via DoorDash every order that ever went to 1122 King Road,
Okay.
all the way back to January 2021.
So they have that then. Okay. Got you.
100%. That was like one of the first warrants they got.
Absolutely. 1 second. I'm sorry. All right. Sorry about that. My son just came home, was talking to me. She didn't have car insurance. She can't drive for DoorDash. Well, and see, that was a whole other thing too with Molly, and not there was stated she didn't have a driver's license, which is why I always believe she had somebody else in the car with her. blah, 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 so on and so forth. That's a whole other thing. But is the receipt we saw from DoorDash with Xana's name and message or was it her phone? Wait, hold on a minute. Is the receipt we saw from DoorDash with Xana's name and message, or was it her phone? I don't know, Kim. I don't know. That's a great question. This is where I'm really confused about some of this DoorDash stuff. I have been. Mama J, welcome. Or thank you so much for that. Um, Number 5 towards our goal today says you can order from most restaurant websites. You have orders delivered as well. Then you place orders that way. Text comes straight to your phone. Got you. And welcome, Kawanda. Can you hear me, dear?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
Yeah, welcome. It's
Okay.
good to hear from you. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks. Yeah, I just had like a quick thought I wanted to say that I had to get out of my head and like tell someone.
Please do.
Okay, so obviously we talk a lot about the timeline and how fucked up the timeline is. And one of
Yes.
those reasons is because no one knows where Ethan and Xana was and
Right.
getting so I don't really have any evidence of this. I just have a feeling, a hypothesis. Something is telling me that I think from the fact that no one in that small town knows where Xana is, despite them all having like friend tracker things on there, is because they don't want us to know where Xana and Ethan
I
was.
I agree with you.
And if I'm like, okay, in the small town, what are the options? They're at the grub truck, the corner store, whatever it's called, corner club,
Corner Club,
at
yeah.
yeah, at one of the frat houses, or they're at home. And if they're telling us they were home, then I think that means if they're telling us they came home at a certain time, I think that means that they did not come home
I
at that
Yeah,
time.
I know, I agree with you, and here's the question, though, that's been in my thought for a long time. Why do they not want us to know where Xana and Ethan are? If that's
Be
true, there's gotta be a reason, you know what I mean?
Yeah, so I have my one thought. My first thought is that the reason why another reason why the timeline is so fucked up is because obviously the cleanup, but then also alibis.
Yeah,
Because everyone was asleep. Everyone was in bed by 11. Everyone was asleep. All that bullshit that they said, obviously no one was asleep. So so if you mess up the timeline, it's hard to match, the forensics and eyewitnesses and stuff like that, which
yeah,
we see a lot already. So like if the timeline is fucked up, because that's, one of the main ways that you kind of go through an investigation is you figure out the timeline and the sequence of events, right?
yes,
And so I think they fucked up the timeline because if they fuck it up and we have all this different like details and evidence, they don't when you put them together, they don't make sense and they contradict each other.
right, right,
So my current thought, again, no evidence, but I think that Ethan and Xana were home
mhm,
and they had been home for probably like a couple hours. And I think that when Kaylee and Maddie got home, they got ambushed. And then
okay,
I think they double timed it where Kaylee and Maddie got ambushed at the same time as someone went into the house and like ambushed Ethan and Xana.
okay, that makes sense. It does.
And then the next couple hours unfolded.
Absolutely,
But that's my
absolutely.
current thought. No evidence, but I just wanted to say
Well,
that.
and you don't have to with this case, hon, this is what we do, speculation is all we can do, and I really appreciate your input and your feelings and opinions on it, truly,
Yeah, I just
truly.
had to say that because it's like been in my brain.
Of
And
course.
my husband thinks I'm nuts because this is literally all I watch.
I
Every day
think
I'm
all
like,
of
so and
our
so's on live, so and so's on like I need just a Idaho 4 channel at this point.
I get it, and like I say all the time, I hate this case, but I can't walk
Yeah.
away from it. My wife thinks
Yeah.
I'm insane too. We talk
Yeah.
about it almost
Well,
daily.
the reason why we can't walk away from it, other than it being obviously so outrageous and a miscarriage of justice, but
Yes,
it's also like it's bigger than the Idaho 4.
definitely,
Like
most
it's
definitely.
become bigger than them. That's why we can't get rid of it because it's no longer about obviously, their death was a tragedy and want to get justice for them as well. But like what's going on in this case, there's a reason why so many people are trying to cover it up. And
Yes.
it's bigger than what happened at 1122 King Road.
I fully agree with you on that. It's way bigger in my opinion,
Yeah.
yes.
And so I think that's why, because we all instinctively know
Mhm.
that obviously what they're telling us isn't true, and and then they're like, everything we say on a day-to-day basis, Brian did, then just release all the files,
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a cover up. When
Yeah.
people don't want to release the files, it's a cover up.
There's absolutely no reason. If Brian Koberger did this, you have him convicted, he's in prison. Open the door. Let us see it all. There's
Yeah.
no reason for any secrecy at all, and they
Yeah.
won't. And that is why everybody's sitting here having these conversations. You are absolutely correct.
And what does that remind you of? Epstein files,
Yeah.
cover up.
Yeah, it
Like,
does.
now I think we're starting to see a trend when the government is being so resistant about showing case files, things that should be public, all these ridiculous redactions. It's
Yes.
a cover up. So what is it a cover up for?
Right.
Because people die every day, every minute. I'm sorry, like people
It's
die
true.
all the time.
It's
What
true.
was so special about those 4 college students where the government and the whole town would all collectively decide to do everything they can to cover it up?
Exactly. And why is there a label of national security across the
Yeah,
top of this?
exactly, like, everything they can. So, obviously, this is tied to something bigger, and that's
Yes.
why we can't, like, go get off of it because this is bigger than the Idaho 4. And but
Yes, ma'am.
this is, like, the first, like, thread, I don't know that saying, but, like, pull the thread,
Pull
like,
the
I don't know.
thread. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, so Idaho 4 was the thread that we pulled, and we're about to unravel, like, all this, like
And I think it's about to this is again just an opinion, but
yeah,
I think
total
over the next
opinion.
the next 3 months, I think something's gonna blow up with this. I do.
Yeah,
I
no.
truly do.
It's getting to a boiling point, like,
Right.
um, yeah, and I wouldn't be okay, I'm gonna say this last thing and then I, like, actually have to go, but
Okay.
honestly, this is just an opinion speculation. I wouldn't be surprised if this tied into the Jeffrey Epstein files.
I mean, at this point, I wouldn't either. Honest to God, I
I
wouldn't
wouldn't
either.
like, that would my mouth would stay intact if 6 months from now, there's some type of connection between this case and the Jeffrey Epstein
Yeah.
files.
I have to say, guys, at this point, like I said this all the time now, but somebody could come in here that worked for the government and say, "Hey, there was a little spaceship that landed in the Banfield. 3 little green dudes jumped out. They ran in the house. They came back out covered in blood." And I'd say, "Oh, okay, well there we have it." And I wouldn't be surprised at this point. I
Yeah.
wouldn't
Like,
because
nothing there's no more conspiracy theories, it's just, like, wait until we find out.
bingo. Yes,
Wait till we find
100%.
out.
Yeah. And
But, yeah,
it's
I have
re
to go. But, yeah, I have to go, but, yeah, thank you. I just wanted to say that because 'cause it's been, like, ugh, on my mind, and I have
Sure.
no one
No,
else
and
in my
no,
house that's obsessed with this case.
please know that
So
anytime I come in, I'm live. My link's pinned. You're always welcome to join me. I really appreciate your input and thank you so much.
yeah, thank you, nice to meet you.
You too. You too,
Yeah.
finally. Wonderful to
Alright,
meet you.
yeah, I'll
Thank
see
you.
you in the chat.
All right, dear. Thanks so much.
Bye.
Bye-bye. And Mama J, thank you for that as well. Number 6, towards our goal. What if they lost the dog because Xana and Ethan walked up and they got sidetracked? Could also explain some of the commotion that happens at 227. Yeah. It could again, nothing surprises me. Not I'll be honest with you, if they were to tell us any truth, that would surprise me. That's the only thing at this point. So, but no, thank you, Kawanda, for your input. Very much appreciated. So going back to where we were, um, I'm still very confused about the whole DoorDash situation. There's people that people are all over the place with this. I have issues with it. I have issues with Molly. I wonder if the DoorDash was actually even a DoorDash. That's been a thought too because of other things that we know that Molly did. Could it have been something different? A cover for something else? All of those things I have questions about. I do not fully understand the DoorDash. I'm very confused. So I'm trying to get there with it. The factual stuff I get, but the rest of it is very hard. Are you still there, Annie?
I want to know who SC is. Okay,
Yes.
I'm waiting for
Yeah.
those Fed records. That's what I want to know. I
Do you have
want to
any thoughts
know
on that?
which of these profiles off the sheath was uploaded into these DNA databases law enforcement is barred from, and SC could see their match the next day. Those are the
Yeah.
records I want. Okay,
Yeah. Yeah.
because it's very interesting to me that
Thank you, Meg.
we just have the it is what it is. Maybe it just means skin cell, maybe it just means, but it's very interesting to me that these are familial databases law enforcement is barred from, and
Right.
SC could see their match. After the profile was
Yeah.
put into databases, law enforcement is barred from. So FBI takes over the profile. FBI puts it into databases they're barred from, and SC could see their match the next day. Interesting.
Yes. Yes. Very much so. Do you have any thoughts, in your opinion, what you think SC means? Just out of curiosity.
I mean, personally, for me, my first gut instinct was Stacy Chapin, but
Oh wow.
that's just me.
Okay. I
That's just my
mean,
opinion. Because it's a familial DNA database, because the ones that they went into are ones that law enforcement is barred from. You
oh
know,
wow.
and
Right.
the fact that they had triplets, and knowing, like, I think they did in vitro, and I don't know if they used a donor. Like, I don't know the whole, behind the scenes aspect of how they got their triplets or whatever, but it makes sense that if you're doing in vitro or you have a donor, there are DNA databases you use for that to make sure that your donor doesn't have any like genetic issues, medical problems,
Right.
blah, blah, blah. And then you have this profile coming from this object found in a crime scene. You can't identify the profile through CODIS, so you backdoor it. And then it just so happens to be that SC, who has the, same initials as one of these victims' moms,
Uh-huh.
this SC could see their match the next day. And then as soon as they saw their match, the profile was removed.
Oh wow, Annie, you got my mind rolling now right now. Wow.
That's what
I
bugs
never
me.
I
So
never
I'm not
thought of
really
that.
concerned about DoorDashes and fucking receipts for DoorDash. I want the receipts for the DNA.
Yeah.
I want the
Yeah.
receipts for the DNA.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's wild. What would that
Like what
mean,
the
you guys,
feds
if that
did.
Yeah, right. What would that mean though? What if it was Stacy Chapin, you guys? What would that mean? That's crazy to me.
Well, I mean, it would it all goes back to like what Leah Larkin and Bicca Barlow were talking about too when you're building up these trees. You're building up your IgG tree, and you're starting with this profile that you can't identify through CODIS, right? You're building
Right?
this tree if you add the wrong branch. I do remember, I think it was Leah Larkin that was talking about like the wrong branch of a tree being added here.
Mm-hmm.
The four brothers that wouldn't cooperate and things like that. So, and I think a lot of people thought, oh, four brothers. So
Yeah.
we need to look for a perpetrator that has four brothers.
Four
It's like,
brothers, right.
no, that's
No.
these are fucking ancestors. These are
Yeah.
familial ancestors, like third cousins and shit.
Yes, yes. That's where a lot of people got
That's where they
confused.
start usually when they're building out a tree. They'll start at like great grandfather, work their way down.
Right? Wow. Oh wow. Okay, Senor. That's interesting too. And listen, folks, I know we've talked about Jonah Chapin before. Okay. And again, this doesn't mean anything, but it would give more credence to Jonah Chapin at the grub truck that night. And I understand we've all talked about there's no relation between Ethan and them and Jonah, but they do have the same last name. Okay. And third and fourth cousins, that last name, like, how do you know you're not related? You know what I mean? That's interesting to me.
I
Oh
just
wow.
want to know how your SC could see their match the next day, and then
Right.
that would also lead to a familial match for Koberger, right? Um, I don't know. Like I said, it is what
How
it
does that
is.
work though?
I don't know if he's on their family tree. I don't know if some side of his family is also related to Jim's side of the family for the
Right.
Chapins, because Jim was married prior, has
Yes.
adult children
Yes.
before. Do you get what I'm
Yep.
saying?
Yes, I
So,
do.
like, and then however the triplets, like, it's not our business, right? I'm not trying to like get into these people's personal business.
No.
It just stuck out to me that one of the things these geneticists were talking about is that, not only the building of the tree, but then the FBI takes over the profile. They put it into databases that law enforcement is barred from, and then SC could see their match the next day. And then once they saw their match, everything, boom, those matches were removed and the profile was removed.
Right. That's Wow.
So,
That's
like
yeah.
even Fitzy, I was just like, wait, so
So
so wait a minute, is Koberger related to the Chapins? Like it was blowing my mind months ago, and she has all of my voice texts and my brain worms on that. I'm like, wait, is this how they got to him though?
yeah,
Is that
right.
actually how they got to him?
And that would be something that would definitely be kept a secret for sure if that was true. Holy shit, that's wild. Um,
Right?
I can't
Now, I'm
remember.
not saying that it is Stacy Chapin. I'm
No,
just
no, of course.
saying the coincidence of the initials for the person that could see their match, it's like 1 in 5.37 octillion, in my opinion,
Of
are
course,
the
of course.
odds for that.
Now, okay, how does this work though? This is where people get confused, myself included. Saying that like the person can see their match the next day. What does that entail? Like, what does
Yeah.
that mean in like to you, Annie? What does that mean when you talk about that?
Well, what it means is they uploaded the profile into databases they're barred from, and within 24 hours, whoever SC is could see their familial match to the
They
profile
could
that was uploaded.
they could see it. That doesn't mean they
Yeah,
did see it, but
they could see
okay,
it.
yeah,
They could see, and it all depends how they uploaded the profile. Did
of
they
course,
upload the profile as though they're the user? Because they didn't, they're using a crime
yeah,
scene profile.
yes,
Right. They're using a crime scene profile, but they're uploading it to databases law enforcement is barred from, meaning they're uploading it as though they're the owner of the profile.
exactly,
So
yeah. Vargas talked about
we'd
that,
need to
right?
know whose name did they put it under when they uploaded it. Did they just put it? You can't put it like anonymous. You have to give
Of
it a
course,
name.
you have to give it a name, right? Interesting, very much so.
So I
Yes,
don't know.
yeah. That's a good point. Thank you, Mama J. Again, says Epstein submitted DNA profiles for people in other countries and submitted them under false names. Stacy could too, right? And Gabriela Vargas talked about, if you guys remember, because we didn't look at that not too long ago, that you could upload as a consumer. The way she explained all that, and that this was done when Ann asked her, "Do they do this?" She kind of hesitated, sighed, and said, "Yeah, almost like unfortunately they do."
Yeah.
So 100%,
Well,
folks,
because Vargas
100%.
knows the back door that they'll use.
Right.
Okay, so it's no different than like, here's the thing, even Hitler had to say in his order, I think it was on um to exclude IgG, right? If I remember correctly, there was a motion in limine there for something. His order regarding all of that was even if, right? That's Hitler's favorite thing. Even if
Even
the
if, yeah,
FBI violated policy, went into a database they're barred from, they didn't violate his rights by doing it. They just violated their own DOJ policy, and that's for the DOJ to deal with. It's
right.
not a constitutional error as far as Hitler is concerned. Now, a higher court may disagree. A Supreme Court may disagree. Your justices in higher courts may disagree. But as far as Hitler's concerned, violating a policy or a procedure, that's for the DOJ to handle.
Of course, yeah. Something
And
else
it's
he doesn't
not a
wanna deal
rights
with.
violation. And
No,
it's
it's
no
just
different than when they backdoor timing advance records.
of course, yeah, yeah.
Okay. They have back doors. The FBI has back doors to everything,
Yeah.
right? And
Yes.
it's not technically a violation of your rights or our rights or Koberger's rights for them to use those back doors. It might be a violation of some policy, but
Yep.
as far as they're
Absolutely.
concerned, and the courts seem to agree, it's not a violation of your rights yet.
Yeah, no. Right. No, that makes perfect sense. FBI likely has other databases like all COVID samples they kept secret to found and reverse engineered a match. I mean, yeah, interesting. I may have been next
I
to
mean,
someone that
the way that I
uploaded
look at it,
samples.
right, is like if it's a
Right.
back door that they're using, whether it's for timing advance, to me, it's more nefarious if you're doing it with DNA,
Of
right?
course.
Like
Yes.
going using, Boyd Jackson at AT&T Global Legal Demand Center as a back door to get some timing advance records that you didn't preserve properly or whatever the case may be, right? It's outside your window and you can go to
Mhm.
him and backdoor it. Okay, that's one thing. You know, like Cy and Carrie did a whole episode about this
Yes.
regarding like geofencing and backdooring timing advanced data and cell data and stuff like that. Like it's kind of already been determined by the Supreme Court that it's not against your rights for the government to do that because you have volunteered that information to a third party database. You've already given the information up to the third party. So if the FBI and law enforcement can find a way with that third party to get your stuff, oh well, you already gave it away voluntarily.
Yeah. Right.
You get what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
No, that's crazy.
To me,
Yes,
it's a
I
lot more
do.
nefarious though when you're doing that shit with someone's DNA.
Of course. Yeah. Beyond nefarious. I agree with that too. That's crazy. That is crazy as hell.
Like we all know they spy on us, and you know, the NSA is monitoring us 24/7 and stuff like that. That's one thing. But for them to
Yeah.
be taking crime scene DNA,
Yes.
pretending as though they own it and sticking it in databases they're not allowed in, that to me is like, whoa. I think you've gone past the point of you're just violating a policy here. And that's something a higher court is going to need to
Sure.
look at because as far as Hitler's concerned, that's a DOJ problem, not a him problem.
Yes. He doesn't even want nothing to do with it. Absolutely correct. That is just so wild. My mind is spinning right now. The DNA stuff has always been wild to me. By the way, thank you again. Who was that did that? I'm sorry. Mama J, number 7 towards our goal today. With your statement there, again, I'll reread that, guys. Epstein submitted DNA for people in other countries. And again, Stacy could too. Yes. Anybody could, to be honest with you.
Anybody
Motovan,
could,
thank you.
right?
Yeah, anybody can, folks. Anybody. How are they going to
Right.
know? That's the thing. They don't. So you can do that for sure.
And do you remember too that like remember back in the beginning when they first like after they arrested him, I think it was when when Bicca Barlow first came on, or maybe it was in her declaration that was filed in like June of 2023. I vaguely remember there was talk about like maybe it didn't come from the defense. There was speculation or something about how like a Christmas prior or a couple Christmases prior, maybe it was Brian's aunt.
Uh-huh.
Someone had talked about like their family did the ancestry or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that?
I do. Yeah. I can't remember exactly.
So what they were getting, what Hitler was even getting at, and what the state was trying to argue was that, well, even if we enter, you know, they entered a database they weren't supposed to match him. If he already voluntarily gave his DNA up, that's what happens when you voluntarily give your information over to another third party, be it your personal information, your email, your phone, it doesn't matter. You opt in. Right? So unless that third party vendor has something specific in place that they won't share your information ever with X, Y, or Z, then you're just giving it up. Like if law enforcement wants to get it, they're going to get it. Anybody who thinks that law enforcement isn't going to cut corners to get what they need to get, you know what I mean? Like not only do they do it every single day, they can legally do it. There are many legal parameters for them to do it. And so far, the courts have agreed. It's because you've already voluntarily given up that data. It's gone. You've signed it away.
Absolutely.
So I mean, I don't
Hold on
know.
one second.
Don't give your DNA to these third-party companies.
Right. Keep going, Annie. I got to do something real quick. I'm listening to you. I just can't respond right this second, but keep going, please, because this is really interesting.
Oh, well, no, I don't want to, you know. I thought you were up here with me. There's nobody else up here.
No, I'm
with
here
me.
with you. It's just my wife just called and I'm trying to set something for her.
Are you on the
with our
phone? Do you have to
banking.
take a phone call?
Just real quick. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, do what you got to do. Yeah, do what you got to do. I'll try and read comments then, okay? I don't know. I'm just giving you my brainworms, Dago, okay? As far as the DNA stuff goes, it is what it is. The moment that you decide to give your DNA over to a third-party company, even if that third-party company says, we will never cooperate with law enforcement Law enforcement says, no problem, bitches. We'll just upload the profile as though we own it. And all they're doing is violating a policy. That's it. Unless someone takes it to a higher court and gets it in front of the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court determines, no, in fact, that's a constitutional rights violation. So far, no case has been presented to the Supreme Court for that. As far as I know. I also haven't looked it up, though. So, I mean, maybe there is a court case out there that someone tried to bring before the Supreme Court about law enforcement. As far as I know, I mean, maybe Koberger's just the first case that it got highlighted. You know, I'm sure they do it a lot, but. Yeah, Anonymous Mystic, I get it. I know. I'm not saying it gives them the right to do it. What I'm saying is that so far they've been allowed to do it and no court has stopped them. So, I mean, I don't really know what to say. You know what I mean? I'm just going on what their arguments were back and forth to the point that even Hitler had to concede, basically, well, even if they did violate some policies here, it's not my problem, right? If you believe it's a constitutional rights violation, you can fight that somewhere else. It's not going to be here in this case. That's something you have to do separately. And Hitler agreed. It's a policy violation based on current precedent and case law, is my guess, is what he was going by. But then again, it's Hitler, so who knows? Well, that's what they do, though, Anonymous Mystic. Even if one of your family members puts their DNA into a database, a familial ancestry database, and they start adding on relatives, right? Once they start to do IgG work, because a lot of the IgG work that they'll do for cold cases, a lot of times they will reach out to other members on the familial tree, especially if they're trying to catch the culprit. They're going to reach out to other family members on the tree in hopes that those family members will cooperate in order for them to get a direct match to who they think their perpetrator is. If you go back and listen to everything with Bicca Barlow and like the Golden State Killer case and all of that, there were podcasts and stuff done about it. They talk about it there. That's a lot of what these companies will do when they're building out familial trees. A lot of times it's used for cold cases. They're trying to solve, a 30-year-old cold case, 40-year-old cold case, because, at the time the crime happened, DNA didn't exist, or, it was in its infancy. So,
yes, I'm here, by the way.
That's how they build these trees. And they don't just use databases they're barred from. They also use all of the databases that they're legally allowed to use. The military will cooperate with them free of charge. The military database has like 9 million blood samples.
Yeah. Yeah.
If they find out someone on your tree was in the military, it's like do you get what I'm saying? It's not hard for them to get a match when they want to get a match.
Right,
and
right.
then all they'll do from there is put it in as a tip. If they got their match in a way they're not supposed to, that's fine. They just chuck it in the bucket as a tip.
Absolutely. Makes sense. It does. Real quick, thank you, Moto Man. Again, number 8 towards our goal today. You guys are amazing today. If Stacy had the profile and was the one who took it to Othram, that's how she knew within the first 5 days. Well, and we know that she was given access to information very early on before anybody with Othram, if you guys remember that conversation. So it makes me wonder. It definitely makes me wonder her interactions with Othram, where she's at with them. and the possibility of other things
Hmm.
too. That's very interesting to me.
Well, that's the
Very
thing.
interesting.
I'm not even saying it is her. It was just
No, of course,
for me,
of
I was
course.
like, man, what a coincidence that those are the
Coincidence.
initials, huh?
Yeah, very, very and guys, that's my problem with this case is the coincidental stuff. It just doesn't line up for me, okay? I don't I can't allow that as many coincidences in this case just to be what they are. I have to look at it in a weird way. And yes,
Well,
I
see,
saw that, Jen. I'm looking for
and the
that
thing
now
that
here.
bugs me about it though is if you're gonna take this profile, this sheath profile, you have this one, even though we know that there was more than one, correct, on this sheath.
Right. Can you hear me?
So the thing
Yeah,
that's
okay.
tripping me up here is if you have other male DNA on this sheet that did not match this other profile that the thing that bugs me is like you went into the quantum realm to
Right.
identify this sample that you're attributing to Koberger, yet the other male samples on the sheet that were not trace evidence.
Mhm.
This is not trace, okay? Like they're claiming his is.
Right.
It's my understanding the other male. So how come those ones didn't get their own? Do you understand what I'm saying? Considering
Yes.
that it's not trace evidence,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
how come we didn't backdoor DNA on those? How come we didn't backdoor IgG trees on those?
Absolutely. No, 100%.
Because in my right, like in my mind, if you're going to say, well, DNA on the sheath means perpetrator, right?
Uh-huh.
Well, what
Yeah.
about the other ones? Because, right, you have more than one.
Absolutely. Yes. Absolutely. No, that's a great point. This is the biggest thing in this case that I have struggled with is the DNA stuff on this, okay? And it's not that I don't understand it. It's that they're shuffling it around so much and scrambling everything up. I almost feel like it on purpose to confuse people with it because it is such a thing that it's such I don't want to say it like that, but it is a difficult thing to understand. Okay? And I think they know that, so on
Mm.
and so forth. And I think that they play with it that way. Like you just said, why didn't you do it this way when you very well could have? Um,
Oh, it would have been incredibly easy for them to figure out exactly how many contributors to the mixed sample. They
yeah,
went far enough to know that they're male. They went
that's what
far
my
enough to
question was.
know how many males and females are contributing to the sample and then stopped. So you already went so far as to do YSTR testing. You've already determined how many males contributed, how many females contributed to the sample, and then you just
Yes,
stopped. You could have isolated the male and also built a tree and backdoored it, just like you did with the other one. You could have
right.
isolated the male to make it a single source profile to upload it into databases that you're barred from, just like you did with the other one.
Yes, yes. And Annie, Miss our first Noel is saying Miss Potts at the very beginning it wasn't there a mix up. They found one of the cops' DNA and said, "Oh, we messed up. We never had that in our records. We need to do that." She's asking you that. Welcome, Dylan.
I don't think so. I don't think so. What do you mean?
I'm
But
not
I
100.
can't say that again.
She said, hold on, Dylan. She said, Miss Pot, she meant at the very beginning, wasn't there a mix up that they had found one of the police officers' DNA and said that, oh, we messed up. We never had that in our records. We need to do that. I'm not sure. That's something I've never heard before. I'm not quite sure what that means, Noel, unfortunately.
I'm not sure about that one either.
Yeah, that's something I've never heard before. That's wild if that's true. If I'm understanding what you mean, you're saying that that they said they found one of the police officers' DNA within the stuff they were collecting, and it wasn't supposed to be. Is that what you're saying, Noel? Because I don't remember that. If it's, I'm not saying it's not true. I'm just saying I've never heard it, and that would be wild if it's true. Oh, they're saying that was in Delphi. Okay. It was a new officer and didn't have his DNA in their records. Okay. It was Lana. That must have been Delphi case, and I do think I remember hearing that in Delphi's case. I believe. You had me confused there for a minute, Noel. Yeah. Okay. I'm pretty sure I'm thinking right now back to when I was on Delphi. I do remember that. I can't remember the details on it, but I do remember something of that. But yeah, that was in Delphi, Noel. I do truly believe. Welcome, Dylan. Sorry, buddy. I had to mute you for a minute. You had some background noise going on. How are you today? And what do you got for us today, sir? Anything for Annie or just in general?
Well, I'm doing great. I'm feeling my age today, but you know,
your age. Okay, son.
You would know the feeling about 150 years ago.
Yeah, I am. Sure, I did.
Yeah.
Okay, so she's saying again, no, I thought it was right before Vargas was going to be on Lana's show. Okay. I'll have to go back and check that then, Noel. I'm not sure. I'm not familiar with that. I remember watching that. Yeah, I'll go back and double check in that and see what you're talking about, because I've never heard that before, but I'm interested to know what it's about, if anything. So I will definitely go check, man. Thank you for the input too. So what do you got, dude? What are you saying?
So, I mean, the latest court filing pretty much tells the entire story of this case. Keeping the names of FBI agents that worked on the case redacted, except for the ones that we already know about. I mean, that's the story of the case. There's only one reason why you would hide that, and Hippler's reasoning for that is utterly insane because it's patently false. Ann Taylor has pretty much outright accused the FBI of misconduct. Everybody knows there was misconduct done at Othram. Yeah,
right.
Especially with the interactions with Stacy Chapin.
Okay.
And I mean, and that's just what we know about. What happened behind closed doors? Well, we're going to be finding out here very, very soon.
I hope. So Tomboy said, per Mr. and Mrs. Smith, which is a resource they have with some people they know that work in a specific field, says that the SC actually means stem cell. It's what the FBI labels it as in order to search their databases. Stem cell. Okay. That's interesting. Well, either way, that entire thing we just discussed is beyond interesting to me to understand it more and to know, to get some answers from it, truly and honestly.
So stem cell could see their match the next day?
That's what doesn't make sense, but yeah, that's what they're saying. Because stem cell is just it sounds like a code word to me. Not a name, of course.
Right, but that specific stem cell DNA would still be attributed to a person. Would it not?
It should. Yeah. Definitely. And she's saying again, Miss Potts, it's the same time that this SC was put into codes or the DNA match 13 or whatever family figure. Does that make any difference? Does that help? I don't remember it. Just redacting the names. Oh yeah, for what John said. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just redacting the names.
Right. Yeah, Susie, I agree. Definitely. Yeah, now you got me really hard thinking about this DNA stuff again. I need to understand this better, and I need to know I think it's because we don't have the answers is why it bothers me. Because when I get away from it, I want to go back to it, and then talking about it makes me even want it more. I mean, we need those answers to understand this, and they're definitely not giving them to us. So
I'm just tripping out more on like, for me, it's a curiosity thing. Like, I'm like,
yeah,
okay,
yeah, of
so,
course,
well, who
yeah,
the fuck is SD? Like, which, we know which databases they accessed. We
right,
know what the defense was alleging as
yes,
far as, I think even at one point, was it Leah Larkin? One of these DNA people for the defense team was talking about Prometheus.
yes,
Right?
yes. I
And
remember
I'm like,
that.
if
Yes,
they accessed Prometheus, that's why they were talking about how it could potentially be a violation of international law
right,
because the
right,
Prometheus database is the Israeli database. And the
yeah,
Israelis are like,
right.
no, you cannot.
No,
Right.
no,
They're real strict on their DNA
yeah,
database over there. So
that would be
that's
wild.
why I know that like the FBI will cooperate. There's some that like law enforcement, even if law enforcement has a cold case that they're working and
Uh-huh.
they really like, they can ask the military and the military will work with them for free.
Sure,
Like you don't
yeah,
even have to get a warrant.
right. Well, that takes me
So,
back to the
and we
the
have
whole.
the,
I'm just saying that takes me back
sorry,
to
go
the
ahead.
whole. No, it's okay. The whole oh my god, I just had it on the tip of my tongue. It takes. We just said it a little bit ago. The label that was attached to this that has caused so many issues and thoughts and feelings on this opinions. The national security thing. Okay, it makes me refer back to that saying what you just said there. It makes me wonder if there's an issue with national security here. I can't imagine what it would be in a homicide. But thinking about that, it makes you wonder: could that have been an
I mean,
issue?
I don't
Could
know
that
if
have
they
caused?
actually went into Prometheus, but
That's right. But if it was brought up, so if they did, that could cause national
mm,
security issues. I know they went into my heritage.
well, it would
That's
be a
one that we
violation
know.
of international law. Right,
Right.
because you're not allowed in
Exactly.
Prometheus. But um,
It,
I just look at it more as, from the standpoint of like, I don't want to get too far into the weeds on shit that we probably are never going to know the answer for, but
of
everything
course.
that the federal government did, acting as an agent of the state
Yes.
for Idaho,
Right.
okay, to help them solve this case, we have every right to that information via FOIA. We
Of
have
course.
every
Yeah.
right to know what they utilized and how much they spent.
Of course.
So
I
there's
absolutely
only so
agree.
long they're going to be able to hide behind this bullshit, and then eventually they're going to have to respond to the FOIAs. I mean, it is what it is. Like you have to explain what you spent here, how you did it. You acted as an agent of the state, and you used federal taxpayer money to help them solve this case. And we want to know how you did that and how much you spent.
Right. Yes. Absolutely.
It's that simple.
Very good point. Why would the officer get the sample from the lab that was sealed in a box, take it out of the box, and put it in his backpack before flying to Texas? Well, yeah, you shouldn't do that. This should not have been taken out of the pre-packing at all for any reason. If that's true,
What
you
was
definitely
it?
should not have. Optical delusion says, why wouldn't the officer? This is with the chain of custody and how they got the sample to Othram. Get the sample from the lab that was sealed in a box, take it out of the box, and put it in his backpack before flying to Texas. I don't know that happened, or is that true? If that's true, that's highly jacked up. If it's true, but I don't remember. Maybe I'm missing something then. I remember reading the report about the whole chain of custody thing and how it happened and when they took it there, but I don't remember that happening. Is that something you remember, Annie, or anybody, that they took it out of the box, put it? I know I remember said they put it was put into the backpack, but I don't remember hearing it came out of the box.
I mean, I know they flew it, but yeah.
That's wild. If that's true, that's 100% not okay. The new
I mean,
lab.
if that's true, then that it would throw the knife sheath out of court.
It should throw the whole case out. Yeah.
Well, yeah, that would
That's
essentially lead to that.
100% evidence tampering and so on and so forth. Right. The new lab won't take the old lab container at least. Oh, okay. So they had to change it and put it into a different container, or just take it out of that container from the old lab is what it was. Okay. That's not okay. They should have put it in something and sealed it in the lab before they left with it. They were really thinking out of the box. Right. Mittens, it's funny. I'll send you that. Thank you, Optical. Thank you. Very much so. 1 second, guys. I can check something here. Okay, so SRB Googled the SC thing in forensic database context, says SC typically stands for single cell DNA, representing advanced genomic analysis techniques used to analyze low level DNA from limited samples, often employed in forensic investigations to separate mixed profiles or analyze single cells. Thank you, SRB. Well, that's interesting, and that does make some sense. But again, it still doesn't make the reference to SC can see their sample the next day. That's weird. It's good to see you, SRB. That is weird. Guys, excuse me for 1 second. Please keep things going. I got to run to the little boy's room or I'm going to explode. My eyeballs are floating. I'll be right back.
I mean, it's just one of the, like, right off the cuff, you knew this case was going to go the way that it has, simply because they skipped over the visible DNA and went straight for the quote unquote, well, not really quote unquote, but the invisible DNA to the naked eye. They didn't test the blood on the knife sheath. Right then and there was at least one of the first signs that this case was going to go the way that it is going. And as I was mentioning earlier, the only reason you would redact the names is because people did shady stuff. That's the only reason. Because it's human nature. When you do a good job, see what I did? See what I did? It is like it's human nature to want to take credit if you did a good job. And on the other hand, it is human nature to want to hide if you know you did a bad job. And also, I don't know if Miss Potts is going to be coming back up, but I don't even know why they would even access Prometheus if it's a Israeli database. That would just be flat out odd and way out of left field. So, yeah, it's just one of those. It just doesn't. It
Okay.
doesn't add up.
Italian sausage it is.
Whoa.
Yeah. That's dinner. I'm excited. Sorry.
Oh.
Anyway, and it's nice out, and I knew she was going to grill, and it's very good when you grill it, and then Anyway, moving on. We're not talking about food again. So, oh, Annie took off. Okay. Well, thank you, Miss Potts. If you can come back, you're I'd love to have you back. If not, thank you so much for your input and your thoughts and feelings. It was amazing as always. I miss listening and talking to Annie. She's amazing. So anyway, go ahead, buddy, with what you were saying.
But yeah,
Let's hear it.
I was just saying, like, as far as the redactions that are the names being redacted, it's human nature to want to put your name on something you did a good job on. Like, see what I did? It's great.
Right, of course.
And then on the other side,
instinct.
it's also human nature. If you know you did a bad job, if you know you were deceitful, to be like, I want my name on that.
100%. 100%. Yes, I agree. Welcome, Cat Farm. Good to see you today, dear. This lady's super talented, guys. She does music as well, and she does amazing. She ran those 2 songs Lee ran last night with the sped up Delphi footage, and they were the bomb. She is so talented, super respectful of her work. She does amazing stuff. So you get to hear it. You guys are lucky. I'll tell you that much. But anyway, no, that's a good point, Dylan. I agree with you on that for sure. That's okay, Annie. No problem, dear. No problem at all. Of course, Senior. Good to see you. I hope things are getting better for you, Senior. Truly and honest. So, anyway, have you seen any of this thus far, Dylan, that we were looking at today with Christie's video?
I haven't seen anything new other than the document or the filing.
Okay, so this is in reference to a 5th victim, is what this is supposed to be at the very end of it. Okay, Tomboy, thank you, dear. So I'm going to run the rest of this video real quick, read it, and then we'll be out of here and we can continue on with what we're talking about. Welcome, Marniqua. Good to see you. 1 minute. Yes, exactly, Sluther. Those songs were amazing. I loved them. Cat Farm also does the original intro song from Crimes After Dark that she did. That was from her too, and she does a lot of other stuff too. So, all right, hold on a minute. Go ahead.
And well, I was just gonna say, after this video, I'll say 3 little words you never thought you'd hear out of me.
I'm interested to hear that. Hold on. Here we go.
Is there supposed to be audio? There you go.
Oh, I'm reading this with my button. Sorry about that. I was muted.
Okay.
My apologies, guys. He faces preliminary hearing. So, however, one of the 2 survivors, Ms. Funk, allegedly heard or witnessed things which could potentially exonerate the suspect. And I'm telling you, this is in reference to when she was at the Stigma Chi house. Something about that. There is no audio to this video, guys. Sorry. There's something about that, and I'm telling you, that's what it is. There is something that, in relation to her being at the Stigma Chi house that night, that would exonerate Brian in some aspect, I think, and it has not come out at this point. I'm just really curious, and I think that's what it is. Investigator Richard Batanti, who is working for Ann Taylor, Mr. Koberger's lawyer, has subpoenaed Ms. Funk to appear at the accused killer's hearing on the 28th. According to the affidavit, she allegedly witnessed a naked man run through the rear sliding door. She lived on the 1st floor of the home and came face to face with the alleged killer. How the hell did this happen now?
What?
If Bethany is on the 1st floor in her bedroom, how did she see a naked man run through the rear slider on the 2nd floor?
She got like that extra good vision.
There's something wrong with that, okay? If that's true. There again, I don't think it is, but if it is, How? Explain how and when and all of that fun stuff that goes with that.
X-ray vision.
Yeah, right. Where's that affidavit? Thank you, JP. Jippa 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 ja. Naked, any socks? Yeah, right, Annie. Thank you. And what is naked? Completely naked or like underwear and socks? And it says forward, investigator
Oh.
Batonki, who is working for Ann, has subpoenaed Miss Funk to appear at okay, we know that. According to the affidavit, she allegedly why is this going forward in the same thing?
It would depend on how early the husband gets home and where you're at.
Oh, and it says that she came face to face with the killer. What? Are they confusing this with Dylan or is this something else?
When was the article written? Do you know?
I don't. This was put together in Christie's video. I thought she'd seen him pass by her bed. That's what I thought too, that she saw a naked man run by her bedroom window. There's not a doc that shows that, Cat. There's not that I've ever seen. Has anybody in here ever seen a document that refers to anybody seeing a naked guy anywhere? Because I've never seen it. Never.
I have not.
MSM propaganda and shit. Yeah, I that's what I think too. I think it is. I think it's garbage. And it was taken and ran with, obviously.
I mean, it sounds like it's just extra fluff to
Yeah.
go and run anywhere other than the direction we need to be going.
Yep. More bullshit. More bullshit. BS bullshit. The best form of
A bullshit. A bullshit. A bullshit.
like I said. All right, so on it goes. Come on, move along. That shows Brian. Mr. Batanti wrote, during the course of my investigation, it became known to me that she, meaning Bethany, has information material to the charges against Mr. Koberger. And again, folks, if we remember that statement about that, we may have to like delve into this again at some point. The exculpatory evidence is specific to Bethany, is the way it was stated. Specific to her. She is the only one that knows what it is. Okay? Whatever that is, she's the only one that knows what it is, and she's the only one that can speak on it. And according to police, it was Ms. Funk who found the bodies of her housemates, but she is now disputing the request to appear as she now lives in Nevada and not Idaho. So now Bethany's the one that found the bodies. Hold on. Stop, back up, freeze, reverse, rewind, whatever the hell you want to do. Bethany found the bodies? Because according to what we know, no bodies were found other than Xana after law enforcement got there. Xana and Ethan, right or wrong? Where did this article come from? I've never heard this before. Her lawyer wrote there is no authority for an Idaho criminal defendant to summon a Nevada witness to an Idaho matter with and or without a hearing. There is no authority to summon. I don't know what the hell that's saying because it's small, but this is crazy, y'all. 2 hours. I think it's the timeline. Bang, firecracker. It's because we called Dylan first after hearing and seeing things, right? I mean, maybe. Her lawyer wrote there. Oh, there it is. Of undue hardship was the rest of it. This is the problem, though. Mr. Batanti wrote in an affidavit. This is the investigator writing this in an affidavit, okay? So it's got to be true or at least looked into, I would guess. In the course of my investigation, it became known to me that she has information material to the charges against Koberger. According to police, it was Ms. Funk who found the bodies of her housemates, but she is now disputing the request to appear as she now lives in Nevada and not Idaho. I want to know why she was fighting that too. Welcome, Krista.
Hi, how are
Why
everybody?
would she fight that? Good to see you, sis.
Good to see you.
There's no authority for an Idaho criminal defendant to summon a Nevada witness to an Idaho matter without a hearing, and there is no authority to summon a Nevada witness to an Idaho matter without a Nevada judge making a finding of materiality, necessity, and the lack of undue hardships. Ms. Funk's legal team has rejected the foreign subpoena, which was issued April 11th, which we all know that, of course, as they believe a judge must have a hearing before she can be forced to testify. Mr. Koberger's defense has asked the court to make Ms. Funk provide testimony as what we all know how that went down. Why did she not want to testify if these were her best friends? Why would she not want to testify? Tell me, guys. Give me a good reason. Anybody.
Because she would be lying under oath again.
Good point, Krista. Or
at first time, I don't know how many times she's lied before that, but this would be lying under oath probably.
Right. So here we come into this whole aspect of the fifth victim. It's just awful. It's 6:40 a.m. There's another student in the hospital. It's one of the many pieces that the police aren't talking about.
Oof.
Who?
Damn.
Has anybody ever seen or heard this ever?
I heard of a fifth victim, but I wasn't. I was under the impression he had passed away.
I've heard this. I heard about the fifth victim. Yes.
Yeah. In the hospital, that passed away in the hospital.
Who would it have been, though?
Was it the Nick guy, maybe?
And you guys think
the perps, maybe?
You guys think it's a male?
Oof. I didn't think of that one.
Well,
damn, you're right. We did not include that in our story. It's just awful. Oh, I see why you're saying shrink it down. Okay. Damn, you're right. We did not include that in our story. It's just awful. There's another student in the hospital. It's one of the many pieces that the police aren't talking about. So is this real or is this just it not connected to it and they got confused about it? Is my opinion. That's where it may have came from.
Sorry, Dylan, go ahead.
I think there was another person in that house. I think there was another person living in that house. Whether they were home or not, I couldn't tell you. But to have an empty room is very, very unlikely.
It's been talked about that somebody else was living there. Now we're jumping into, just so you guys know, and we do it from time to time. We're jumping into a little bit of conspiracy theory here and a little bit of speculation, which we do a lot. You know, everything we talk about is based on speculative theory and very alleged. This is all we're talking. We're just talking about it. So,
and it makes more sense than the theory they want us to believe. So,
yeah, a lot of people have come to me over the past 3.5 years and told me, and I mean a lot, that they believe that Ashlyn Couch was still living there, that she lived there. Okay. And for whatever reason, the story that was told was that she couldn't stay there. She was supposed to stay there that night, is what they said. And she couldn't because she had to do a dog sit or house sit or some weird shit like that. I don't know, Miss Potts. It came out of Christie's Chaos's video.
Didn't she say she'd had a bad feeling also as well?
That was that was the girl that was Lakeland McCombs had a bad feeling. Yeah.
Okay.
And here's the link to Christie's Chaos, guys, to her channel. If you want to jump on over, you should definitely jump over, subscribe to her channel if you would. And you want to follow this and go through the whole article again or the video, please do. There's the link right there. But, and Jenna McClure said the same thing. And I've been pointing this out to you guys for months now.
Yeah.
That I believe that there was, weirdly enough, it seemed as though people were distancing themselves from them that night. Okay.
That whole house.
Ashlyn, Jenna McClure, Lakeland McCombs could have stayed there that night. She said, no, I better go home. I have a weird feeling. Everybody else that should have been around them that night was not there. Everybody went to bed at 8:00 that night, which is stupid to me on a college campus with college kids. It doesn't make sense. But
now,
Susie Little B, could that older gentleman be possibly Brett Kopaka? Possibly.
I mean, maybe. They don't seem like a match to me.
Yeah, a lot of people are weird, so you never know. It could have. Listen, it couldn't be a match. It could be a thing.
It could have been in a Well, there's other people that think that it may have been Nate Rosenthal too,
Oh,
but that's just, again, this is all speculation and rumor. Bethany thought it was just pranks, right? Welcome, Lisa.
Now, Dago, I don't know how your college life was back just after the Civil War, but we have to remember this was the final. This was the final. This was the final weekend of before Thanksgiving. This was the
Right.
final. This was the last blowout party opportunity before everybody went home. This is a party house, and everybody decides to go home before
Of course.
midnight.
It doesn't make sense, does it?
Mm-mm.
No, it doesn't. And again, if you want to send that to me, Yvonne, I'm pretty sure you have my email, but please do if you can. I'd love to see that. I think there was a party there that night as well. I do.
It looked like the cops were walking into a party that just didn't get cleaned up, not a slaughtering.
Yeah, I've actually always thought for quite a while that there was a party Saturday night of sorts. Okay, just because of the way the house looked, some pictures that I had seen, and I wondered. FB, good to see you, brother. Thank you for joining us. Right, senor. That's what I'm saying. I think there was a party Saturday, and something went bad. And this is part of this is how they cover it up with that. There's a reason. So this is something I've had in my mind for a while.
I mean, we kind of hear a party.
I mean, you hear noise, yeah, you do, and it's very close to that house.
Yeah,
and you can hear on the 11-12 ring camera that there was at minimum commotion.
Yes,
and then you hear the scream.
Yeah.
And with everything that we are being told, it was murder, then commotion, which the 11-12,
Wow.
that proves that it wasn't what they say that it is.
Yeah, we hear that stop, and then like you hear it get quiet, then you kind of hear like this chanting almost.
Let me throw something at you guys and see how this sticks. This is a theory, okay? So, we know that everybody went out that night, but not everybody can go out. There's younger people there. We know also, and I want you to visualize this, we know very clearly that there are oftentimes that we've seen this house, there's parties going on at this house when the people that live in it are never even there, okay? Again, people come home at different times, so on and so forth. It was stated by Chief Fry himself that there were other people there that night. It was stated by other people that there were other people there that night. Okay. So just again, given a theory. Right, Susie. Got you. And Kaylee did have older friends.
Yeah.
She had quite a few of them. Okay. So what if they came home, there was a party going on, and something, people get dumb when they get drunk, they get mean sometimes, whatever it is. And something went wrong during this. The pong table's there, all these things are going on, okay?
It's set up for like somebody had already, the one side had already threw the ping pong, the balls, and then the other side looked like they were getting ready to finish, the second part of the game, but didn't do it.
Yeah. Right. Okay. So here's Annie says from 2:30 to 2:50-ish, Maddie and Kaylee are looking for the dog. Calling Jack. The phones were never used again after that. You're right. Ethan Zana active on phones up to 3:16-ish. Right. So what if there was this party thing possibly going on? Something happened. Somebody let the dog out. We're getting pieces of stories from Bethany and Dylan. Maybe the parts of that story is true, but they just don't tell us about the party thing going on there, because that was the cause of the incident, and that would lead maybe to more investigation into that, because I still think there was many more people there.
Well, think if there's a party going on, and just say Bethany and Dylan heard what they thought was a party and maybe a fight. You don't get involved in all your friends' fights. Just saying, maybe
Yeah.
that's why they don't,
Don't forget.
you
What
know.
did we see at the Banfield, guys, at 3:16 or something? We saw, what, 5 people run by the Banfield heading away from that house. Could that be related? Some
And
shit went down and people said, "I'm out. Bye."
and the same people could be the same people that the police officers saw them approaching
They
112.
look, and that's the other thing is the Banfield guys themselves could have been coming from there.
Mm.
Okay. And then the runners could have been coming from there. People were leaving because some shit, people got into fights. The fights
Yeah.
escalated into this. There was music playing. There was music playing at one point, Skilla. People
Yeah.
singing,
What was
all
it,
that.
Nelly? Bottom jeans, or the Nelly song, Apple Bottom Jeans, I heard. I thought we were heard. And then like that went into some kind of chanting or something.
Right. Partying, it sounds
Yeah.
like.
Yeah. I thought we heard it. Like I remember us like watching 1122 and we're like, is that Apple Bottom Jeans or something they're
It's like
singing?
between 2 and 4,
Yeah.
2 and 3 is when we hear all the noise, and then after 4 we don't hear shit.
Yeah.
And that's when the crimes are supposedly happening.
Except for Molly McAdderall walking around. I mean,
Uh-huh.
like Michael.
So let's think about that too. Maybe this, and again, this is just another absolute alleged statement and pure speculation, folks, because I've always wondered if what Molly's actually delivering is food or if it's something different. Okay, because that does happen.
Both.
And they
It's the
find
only
a blue
reason why you
powder.
wait an hour and 45 minutes for it.
Right.
True.
And also not to forget that Molly had a friend waiting for her in the parking lot at Jack in the Box.
That possibly could have used to work there. We know that
Right.
that Janine, whatever, used to work at Jack in the Box, or still does, maybe Brown or whatever. Like how coincidental?
Braun.
Braun. Sorry.
Well, and what I'm saying is that person could have been a connection to another thing that she was delivering to people, if you know what I'm saying.
Yep.
Okay, so there's that. Then they find the blue powder in the house. Maybe that was delivered along with something else. Who knows? But, it's talked to, I know here we've had a lot of people busted for delivering things other than food on DoorDash.
I
And
didn't
I've
know
been
that.
told it happens everywhere. It's a big deal. Yeah. So you just got to wonder, okay? And maybe that is what, that was something that was ordered for before. She shows up. She claims that she sees a girl with long, dark hair kind of jumping in and out of the window when she sees it. Cat Form's talking about fighting sounds over on Lindell Lane just after one. There's audio. Is there audio for 2:25 to 3 on the camera? Yeah. Yeah, we've heard that, Annie.
Isn't that when the ladies are leaving or something? Or
That's when we hear all the noises. Actually, Miss Potts, is when the scream at 2:28. A lot of the noise we hear between 2 and 3. Truly, it's the missing audio come from. I think it's 12 to 2. Thank you, Yvonne. So this is a theory I've been thinking of. You know what I mean? For a while, and it works in my mind. It works in my mind that this could be what it is, and they're not telling anybody because, hold on a minute.
Protecting the university.
They're protecting that and or some people as well, in my opinion. Okay. I'm just saying it does make some sense to me. It does. I've been trying to put it together more with other things, but it does make sense. I didn't receive it yet.
So,
Yvonne, go ahead, bud.
So I think I don't think there's a coincidence between people running out of the house like it's on fire and the Banfield camera and the timing.
Yeah, that's
So
what
it
I'm
leads-
saying.
So, and if we look back to a previous case that you so greatly love, and with Kylie Rodney,
Oh hell!
we see from the fire camera, car goes into the lake, and headlights are out of there like a bat out of hell.
Of course, they bolted, right?
And it's a very, and I think it's the same thing. And which leads you to believe that this was a hazing, but somebody took it too far and may have intentionally took it too far, masquerading to everybody else
Well,
as, oh, we're just gonna play a little prank on him.
let's not forget too, Dylan. Okay, and I have a big issue with this. I have struggled with this for 3 years. There was a fight that was verified by multiple people between Ethan, Xana, supposedly David Loach and David Barracoa were there as well. And this was verified by Xana's mother, Xana's sister, Xana's father, and other people. So every interview we've seen, and I've said this more than once, you guys know this, but every interview we've seen, every person talked to has been asked the same damn set of questions. Anything weird happened there that night that you remember? Did anything strange go on that night that you remember? Anything that you can explain to me that was odd for that night? Those questions have been asked multiple times, and not one fucking person has mentioned a fight. I fully believe there was a fight that night.
And if they're not mentioning it, it's for a reason.
Why are they not? Thank you. Why are they not talking about it, Krista?
Yep.
And here's my thing. The fight, I'm not saying the fight happened and they died over there. No. What I'm saying is I feel like it's possible that Ethan, if he was in this fight, got the better advantage of the fight, and they left and walked away. And the person that had their ass kicked, or persons, Ethan's a big dude, okay?
Yes, he is.
Got pissed, got embarrassed, got humiliated, and said, "You know what? Fuck this. I'm gonna handle this."
Guys.
And
let's go, guys.
Follow them. They plan it. They follow them back over there at some point, or they go back over there with them and their boys, okay? And they take care of business. And it wasn't meant, maybe it wasn't meant to be a murder.
Right.
Maybe it was just meant to beat the shit out of them and scare them. But it doesn't take long for something to go too far, folks. And when it does, and it's too late, then you just got to finish what you were doing and move forward. It's a thought.
Yeah, but I'll play a little devil's advocate here. If that was the case, then it would be Ethan that would be messed up beyond recognition.
Ethan was jacked up pretty bad. There were post-mortem wounds done to Ethan's legs and things like that, so it makes you wonder.
Yeah, but it would be more, I think it would be more towards the face instead of the legs.
Well, here's the thing, though. How do we know? First off, I was told that Xana was the cause of the fight, that Xana's mouth, he was saying things that were, like, not to be gross, guys, but like, you got shrivel balls because of your steroid usage, making fun of a man's manhood, things like that. So you got to wonder if she was the direct cause and pissed somebody off. Xana was pretty messed up after this, guys. Is bad.
Yeah.
And
and Mom, yeah.
Go ahead.
And Mom in the chat, she said, I just read something that triggered something in my head, Mom. So most of them were having problems with the frats or weren't in their sororities anymore. So, I mean, weren't all four of them kind of having issues with their frats or sorority?
Well, but Dylan and Bethany quit their sororities, and Ethan was kicked out for the year before, or not kicked out, but suspended due to his grades, is what we were told.
And they're still going to parties at the and like after you leave, how do you trust?
Well, and Hunter was part of the Sigma Chi as well, still Ethan's brother, so there's that.
Yeah.
There's still my brother. I'm gonna go support for this or that or whatever. And he was still part of the fraternity. He was just suspended from living in the house until his grades went back up. So
would that be the same brother that was standing outside with the sister, or had zero to nothing of a reaction to finding out? Most likely Hunter saying to you, your brother and his girlfriend are slain inside, and they have little to no reaction at all.
Sure.
That brother, right? Yeah.
If you have to figure, though, if Kaylee was fighting back, that it didn't piss whoever did it off enough to do that too. I mean, sure. Or there was something else. I said it. I've been saying it's very easy that two things could happen at one time.
It did sound like at one point we heard on that I don't know if it's Linda Lane or something, where we hear like somebody saying, "Oh my God, no, there's somebody in the house," and like maybe they walk. Like I feel like somebody walked into the other two.
It could
And,
be.
you
It
know,
could be. Yeah, it could be.
like something, and then okay, well now here's two more witnesses we cannot have.
Right.
For some reason though, Dylan and Bethany are okay. They're okay witnesses. We don't got to worry
Yeah.
about them.
Well, that's because they were known and maybe liked. Who knows? But all right, I got it, Yvonne. Here we go. These are the screenshots she was talking about. It says, did you just accidentally say 4 dead, another in the hospital in Moscow, Idaho? I heard it before the video coverage began at 5. The response is, here is what I said. Tragedy on the U of I campus. 4 students dead, another in the hospital. And I remember hearing that. And then it comes back and says, just confused. I'm just questioning the one in the hospital because I haven't heard that yet. I've been following up. Dylan left, or he fell out the window. I haven't heard that yet. I've been following very closely. We were in Moscow on Saturday for the game, and I just can't believe this happened. Response says, damn, you're right. We did not include that in our story. It's just awful. Here, there is another student in the hospital. It's one of the many pieces that the police aren't talking about. There again.
Who could it be?
All right, Dylan. Thanks, bud. I'm wondering, it's people who have said it's not related, this and that and everything else, but is it, and they're just hiding it for a reason?
It's, I mean, people like, Ashland's accounted for, Jenna's accounted for, the
Exactly,
the
Kat.
Lake's accounted for. So like maybe it's a guy that was there, a date. I don't want to say Kaylee's dating or having these dates or whatever. I don't know what she's doing, but they're single if they're allowed to do that. So
Right.
maybe he's an older person that works at the school, a professor of sorts or something, or a football coach, or I don't
Right.
know. Somebody
There's
that we
the
didn't
eye.
have eyes on, so we don't know if they were hurt,
Right, and that's a good point, Annie. Could it have been their CI? That's why they
Oh.
didn't talk about it, never put it out there.
True.
Interesting. That would explain the
Yep.
CI in the house, so on and so forth, and they're not gonna tell us who it is because that would blow the cover on that, you know what I mean?
Mm.
Or they weren't given clear answers about what happened. Hunter Chapin's phone excuse of being broken. I have recovered data from broken phones on cases, not downloading HD phone, accepting that excuse. Oh, I agree with you.
Yeah.
100%, senor.
I love when they say, "Well, Brian he cleared everything off his phone, so we don't know what he had." And like we're stupid. Like we know that not
Of
just
course.
because you delete your phone, that does not mean they couldn't go extract.
Of
Absolutely,
course.
they didn't want to because they knew there was nothing to find. It was going to tell a story that didn't lead to their narrative.
Right. Right. And somebody's asking, where is it said Hunter Chapin's phone was broken? I need you guys to give me a minute. Krista, if you don't mind holding the fort for me, I'll be right back.
No problem. I mean, they've hid so much from us that we've find little pieces from like who, we always heard. I always did hear that there was a 5th victim, but I always thought it was somebody that the hospital had said, there's this person here saying he was in a car accident, but I believe it's regarding the Idaho, or no, the 4 people that were slain or something like that. Like the hospital actually called. And then I don't know what was said after that, but to me, you would think that the person, I don't think it's one person, but one person would probably get beat up. Like, look at how big Ethan was. I don't think one person did this. So maybe they didn't expect Hunter to fight back as much. And 2 of the people, who knows? Because listen, remember the first time that we see the body cam and the officers walking in, they do black that out in the first floor. And I'm thinking, like, what was there? Like, what was it? Blood that was leaking into the whatever room? Because you walk in, I think it's a bathroom you walk straight into or something. Then you walk left to go up the steps. But they're blacking out as he's looking around. And I'm like, is it blood? Like, what are we looking at here? Because I'm like, well, nothing happened on that floor except for maybe a firework and a firecracker. The fact that, I remember Hunter going, and I just put on, my flip-flops because I didn't plan on being there very long. And it's like, why do you tell us that? That was such a weird thing to say on Dateline. Like, it seems like Hunter to me was already there cleaning with Dylan, in my opinion. And I think Bethany wasn't there. And I think because she seems a little like she's less, Dylan's like, oh, yeah, this happened. I saw this and all this murder stuff happened and blah, blah, blah. And Bethany's just like, oh, I don't know. I was in my room. I know I heard a firecracker. And maybe I saw a fireman. It's like, and she's all confused about seeing Xana. She's like, why would somebody, I think, asked Bethany, is it normal for to see your friends pass out on the floor and not do anything? Or is it normal for Xana to lay on the floor? And Bethany's like, what? So, like, that part of Dylan's story is just like, I don't think Bethany was aware of it. And I think she's an unwilling participant that was forced to be Dylan's witness or Dylan's alibi to make sure we can't go, oh, Dylan did it. And the actual only witness to this murderous man with a murderous weapon, a vacuum knife of sorts. Like, yeah. And just like, and the whole thing with the 911 call, it's like we hear him say what we thought we see on a body cam. We hear him say it on the 911 call. It's so weird. And I don't know a 911 caller that's going to tell somebody to go back into the house to see if they're breathing when Hunter's already known that there's a bloody mess inside, which he never says anything to any officers, as he said. He's like a knife-wielding man, like a Chris Watts walking up the steps, not saying a word, not turning around and going, guys, listen, it's a fucking slaughter, it's a mess, it's a mess in there, and I got this. He waits till they find it to be like, oh yeah, here's the knife in my hand. Like, dude, like, I don't know. I don't know if he's in shock. I don't know if he's fucking shady.
All right, I'm back. Sorry.
I'm just running my mouth about the 911 call.
Oh, you're
And
good.
just like, don't you remember the body cam? I don't know if you remember this, but the body cam, one of them is as he's walking in, they black out the first floor where they say nothing happened.
Yeah.
And it's like a big black box. And I'm like, is it blood? And somebody's like, well, maybe it was another victim, but we don't know of a victim. All we know is a firework or a firecracker of sorts on that floor, maybe, possibly. But it's like,
Right.
they black out. What for? Was there blood dripping into that room, that bathroom, or was there a victim there? A fifth victim?
Right. Absolutely.
What was that? And I was talking about how Hunter just lets the cops find the slaughtering as he walks around the house with a knife.
Right.
And he's shady. He's very shady puppet phenomenon. Yeah.
He's definitely shady. He always has been. Yeah.
And he just looks horrible. He looks like he's done something wrong, and it's something that like the evil is coming out of him. He doesn't look like the man that he was. He just doesn't.
Sure.
And I think that could probably do. I mean, whether he was forced to be a part of something or
Yeah.
it's going to eat away at you if you have a soul.
Right. Dylan Bethany left when DM text. Yeah, but
BF left. I know. That's another thing. Like, simple location history or steps taken. Like, we know, just like we know how there was 84 steps taken in a westerly direction from John O'Keefe's zone. Why can't we find out where these people were standing, where they were going, who was at what house? I mean, I'm sure they had options.
We could find it out. They're choosing not to give it to us, in my opinion.
It's so, and it's like, okay, so then your narrative doesn't make sense. And then we're talking about all these things that we know that are going on between 2:30 and 4 o'clock. Why would a random person pick that house to burglarize?
Well, that's not even, in my opinion, that's not even an option. Bill Thompson. Holy shit, guys. We're 8 out of 10 of our goals. That's amazing. You guys are awesome. I don't know how much longer there is on that goal, by the way. There's it ended. Okay, so we got 8 out of 10. Anyway. So here's the thing. Bill Thompson made that statement after everything was said and done, and he says to the world, because they were asking, I think the media was asking about a target, which we learned early on that Maddie was supposedly the target at the beginning of this, okay? And then all of a sudden that became nothing again. And now he's saying that, oh, okay. Thank you, Yvonne. I'll pull that up too. in now they're saying now he's saying I think it was just at random he chose the house and decided to do this right before he did it. Are you serious?
Sure. With all the
Get,
lights, all the
come
people,
on.
cars. Sure.
There's 5 cars in the driveway and all the lights are on and somebody just randomly walks up and says, "I'm going to go in this house and kill whoever's in it," not knowing anything about it.
Right.
You got miss me with that bullshit. Come on.
That's Brian. Supposedly Brian Kroberger is the one who decided to do this. He's the man he's supposedly afraid of. You know, he doesn't like, you know,
He
what
freaked out when his sister cut her finger on a piece of tinfoil, folks. He can't cut fish to save his life. He's a vegan. He's got visual snow. He's dyspraxic. He's autistic. This is who they chose to do this crime. Are you serious? Of all people.
Exactly. And it's like I hope something's coming because I hope he does not feel responsible for something. I don't know. Like maybe he was there. I don't know. I don't know. I just feel like when you pick the DNA of the person, of the less of the DNA, you know, the most unlikely DNA, you pick that instead of the blood to go after those people. To me, it's like, what the hell? Like,
Right.
why? You know, to me, that makes sense. And the whole world should look at that and go, wait a minute. What do you mean there was more blood DNA there that you're not telling us about?
Of
Like,
course. This is the rest of it, you guys. I'm sorry I didn't see that at the bottom.
Sorry
This
for
is
not
the
seeing
whole.
it.
No, you're fine, hon. Did you just accidentally say 4 dead, another in the hospital in Moscow, Idaho? I heard it before the video coverage began at 5. Here's what I said: tragedy on the U of I campus, 4 students dead, another in the hospital, which I remember that again, thinking it was a mistake. Okay. I guess they have them backwards there. There it is. And says just confused. And I'm just questioning the one in the hospital because I haven't heard that yet. I've been following very closely. We were in Moscow on Saturday for the game, and just can't believe this happened. Damn, you're right. We did not include that in our story. It's just awful. There is another student in the hospital. It's one of the many pieces that the police are not talking about. That's from Robin and Nance from the news channel. So
Could it be an overdose maybe in the house that night? Somebody
could the
overdosed
other person be one of the perpetrators?
or that.
Or
Yeah.
an overdose. Could be.
You know
I mean,
what?
that could be too.
Student perpetrator, a student, and they're not telling you who it is, equals perpetrator to me.
Right. And
And
here's
that
the thing,
means threats to me.
right? And I was just getting ready to go with what Sausage I think is referencing here.
Yeah,
And yet they still have
right.
a blood sample of unidentified male B. There's 2 males that they refuse to identify. Okay. 2.
Now wait, they
So is
can't
it
identify them because can't it's not in the DNA
they
system?
chose not to. They chose not to run the DNA through the system to find out who they are, but they
Okay.
could run it long enough to make sure that they were male. There's the
Right.
problem. So I'm wondering, is this person, could this, and this is all pure speculation, folks. There's no fact to this, so don't take it and run with it. Again, could there have been a 5th person that was in the hospital, and could that DNA belong to that person that they refused to trace or to run? And there's reasons why behind it, obviously. So could that have been what happened here?
Yep.
Is my question.
And you know what? And they also have samples like other people of other males. So it's like maybe it's all like, and I keep saying this has to be a group of some peoples because you can't say Jack DeCour, in my opinion, because his emotional baggage. You're going to find 4 friends that want to commit this murder for you because of your emotional problem. I don't think so. You have to trust those 4 people for the rest of your life to never tell a soul. Who's going to do that for you? Like also with Eric, the driver. Why would he? Who's going to? Who are his 4 friends or 3 friends that are going to commit these things for your emotional crap?
Right.
You know? So the frats are the only, like, to me, they're the most loyal. Them, the cops, and
Nobody's going to do that for that long. I'm sorry. It just
you know,
doesn't. Unless you're threatened with your life, I
right.
can't see anybody doing that. Now, here's the problem. Somebody just asked me there is no Hunter Chapin interview that I've seen, or did I miss that? Is
No,
there?
you know what? I don't remember that either.
I don't think there is.
No, Connor would probably have it.
There is no Hunter Chapin interview, guys, unless I missed it. I'm looking right now to make sure I'm right, but
I don't like the reaction of like, so Hunter, you see him try to leave the scene and the cops like, no, come back. But then you see Maisie and Hunter walk up, the other Hunter, and he tells them, I'm sure, because he goes to hug this weird fake weird hug to Hunter. And it's like, I'm waiting for them to start screaming, yelling, I don't know, running. Where's my brother? And not only that, it's the brother's wife, or I'm sorry, girlfriend, who he's in love with, is also dead. So, like, where's your reaction to like what just happened? And the stupidness of the Dylan going, oh, do we know who if it were the girls? Were they there? I don't know if they were in the house. Like, where do you think Kaylee went after she screamed for help, Dylan? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, acting like she doesn't know if they're there.
Right.
Like, what the fuck? Sorry. No wonder nobody wants to be
There's a Hunter Johnson interview. There's not a Hunter Chapin interview, though.
That's weird because, like, their vehicle's there. Even they all shared it. I would have to interview all the people, the vehicles that are there.
Mm-hmm. Hold on a minute here. I'm trying to find.
I mean, when Annie was on the other day, we were trying to figure out, like, when did that vehicle get there? Or I'm sorry, was that what we were trying to figure out? When did the vehicle get there? Or like, why was the SUV there? I mean, I think they did use it for parking, but I also think that could have been Xana and Ethan driving that.
Yeah.
Because we know we didn't drive his Jeep because it looked like it was blocked in.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, maybe that was them coming home at 4:29. But again, that's still, all that would make no sense to the narrative of they died earlier.
Right.
Right? I think, right? I mean, they ate their food allegedly by then.
Right. Hold on a minute, guys. Yeah, there's no interview with Hunter. Now, I do have this, but this isn't an interview. Hold on.
It's just the severity of their injuries, though. It's just so like, what happened? Like, what did they do to deserve? Like, what happened? I mean, even if you walk in on something, why so much? Like, why the overkill? Like,
Well, there's a reason for it, obviously.
Yeah, post-mortem to me is you're still swinging when you don't realize they're dead.
And I'm still going to argue the point, by the way, because I see you guys talking a little bit about that car, okay?
Yeah.
That Explorer, everybody thinks and believes that the 429 vehicle with the very loud exhaust system is that Ford Explorer. I don't. I never have.
You don't think
I do not. I think that vehicle was sitting there when the 429 vehicle comes around the corner. I think it stopped there, but I think it's a different vehicle than that Explorer. That's just me. You guys don't have to agree.
Could it be that it says a black truck leaving or something, maybe?
I don't either. Or, I mean, I don't know, hon, but I don't think that the SUV we see with the really loud exhaust is that Explorer. I just never have.
Yeah, it kind of doesn't sound like it would.
It doesn't make sense. It just doesn't fit for me. That doesn't mean it's true, guys. It's just me.
Yeah.
I think it was an SUV. I don't think it was the one that we see sitting at the house there, because I think that was there before.
I wonder, and then that one's like vroom, 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 vroom. I was like, and I don't know if the stock Explorer sound that to me it sounds like a diesel truck with that kind of, but I don't know either because nobody's ever turned that vehicle on, so I don't know what it sounds like. But I mean, could that have them? I mean, could that have been them coming? I mean, could Xana and Ethan be coming home in that vehicle? I mean, we don't know, earlier that night, and that's how it got there. Because we don't know how the hell they got home. I mean, maybe who knows? I don't know. I'm like going off on a whole thing. I don't know.
No, it's okay. The one in the MPD dock. Now I'm talking about the black Ford Explorer that we see sitting and parked in front of Ethan's Jeep was sitting there. And then at 429 on the audio video we see from 1112, you see a black SUV or a dark SUV come around the corner with a really, really loud exhaust on it. I do not think that they're the same vehicle. I think that's a different vehicle. I think that the Chapin SUV that was sitting there at that point. I don't think it was the same one. That's all I'm saying.
Isn't it weird after it shuts off or leaves or whatever? That's when
thank you, Mama
Murphy
J.
stops barking.
Well, yeah.
Somebody goes into the house or something.
Whatever dog that is barking, because I'm not sure that's Murphy either, but
right.
I don't know. Let me run this real quick and see if this gives any interest of anything, but I don't think it does.
How long ago is this interview?
Oh, the one in the report you're saying. Okay. Yeah. I think that's the only one there is, Mama J, is the written report we got from MPD. It's very short, and there's nothing in it at all. There's no video, audio, which I don't understand why there's no audio interview with Hunter. I don't get that unless we just haven't gotten it yet. But yeah,
I know, Hemi, it bothers me. It's always bothered me, the reaction. Or
right.
Non-reaction.
It could be shock though. Ethan and Xana's names are heard yelled on 1330 Linda Lane at 119 and 120, and they were home before 2, in my opinion. I mean, it could be.
Yeah.
I'm listen here, and it's not you guys. I'm not saying you guys are wrong by any means. Okay, my biggest problem with those audios from Linda Lane and stuff like that is were they manipulated or not? That's why I'm not 100% trustworthy with those. That's all. Because I saw things get manipulated out here, guys. I did.
I mean, yeah, look at Massachusetts. They literally did an inverted video to try to make it look like they didn't mess up a Karen's car. I mean, if they can do that, you know.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying, even in Idaho, though, we saw a lot of like audio and video manipulation done, so on and so forth. So I just don't fully 100% trust those unless it came direct from Moscow, or even then, I still struggle with.
Can't
you know,
really, like, yeah.
Just saying.
Yep.
So let me run this real quick.
We just decided maybe it was best to tell our story of Ethan literally one time. He deserves it. He deserves our story of him.
This morning, as the Idaho murder suspect prepares to accept a plea deal, the family of Ethan Chapin speaking publicly together for the first time since Ethan, his girlfriend Xana Kernodle, and her roommates Madison Mogan and Kaylee Gonzalez were brutally murdered in an off-campus home at the University of Idaho.
I miss him every day. When you lose your son at 20, you know, it's different. It's a different loss. And I do. I miss him every single day. And I always will.
Ethan, a triplet with his siblings, Hunter and Maisie, all attending the University of Idaho together. Hunter and Maisie and their parents, Jim and Stacy, now telling their story in a new Prime Video docuseries, One Night in Idaho, The College Murders, remembering their 6'4", larger-than-life brother and son.
We played every sport together. Every time we went in the car, it was together, partied together. There was never a dull moment.
The night before Ethan was killed, Maisie brought him to her sorority formal. She now cherishes the text he sent her before bed.
So he started off by texting me. I think he said, "Dog, come hang out. We all want you here." And I said, "I'm going to bed." And then he said, "Love you." And I didn't even respond to that. I think I was asleep by then.
And the "I love you" kind of stood out, though.
Well, yeah, definitely.
Hunter, who pledged Sigma Chi with Ethan, says the next morning, a friend at the fraternity woke him up saying the police were at Xana's house.
Hunter Johnson came up to me and said, I was like, "Where's Ethan and Xana?" And he's like, "They're not here anymore."
I knew it.
"What do you mean they're not here anymore?" He's like, "I think they were murdered."
This has been a question that I've had for a while, Grace, too. Did Hunter Chapin and Maisie already know about the unalivings? You can say murders. It's okay in here. I wondered that myself. I truly and honestly have wondered that for a long time. And that would explain the reaction when they get there.
Right. Exactly. Because I'm so glad he's admitting, he's saying now the Hunter did tell them that, okay, which is so weird. You're not the one, dude, to tell them something like this, but.
And that's what I'm talking about. That's kind of what this is here.
Like, who are you, dude? You're not the cops. You're not. They wouldn't even tell Jack DeCoeur. The cop could barely tell Jack until it's confirmed. You know what I mean? Like, well, obviously he saw his brother get. Oh, I can't.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Last night,
Hunter was forced to call his family with the news. His parents in disbelief.
It drives me crazy because I've always wanted to protect my family. And there's really nothing there that I could have done. You know, instantly it was taken.
A suspect, Brian Koberger, arrested nearly 7 weeks later. With a bit of relief, the Chapins shifting their focus to their son's legacy, getting tattoos to honor him.
We all benefited from having Ethan in our lives for 20 years. It's a tremendous loss.
Now, the Chapins told me that they brought Ethan's ashes and his red Jeep home to one of their favorite places in Priest Lake, Idaho, where they live like Ethan every day to honor his legacy. For more on their story, you can catch One Night in Idaho, the College Murders. It premieres on July 11th on Prime Video. George.
Okay, Kina, thanks.
Look, I don't know if I'm not trying to be like, maybe it's because I'm older and we live on the East Coast and things, we just are different here. And everything's different. You know, some things, people are just different maybe out there. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I get Stacey creeps in. Exactly. I don't want to keep picking at them, but they're just, maybe I'm saying because we're older and we see things differently now. They go like, when we were younger, yeah, we thought things were cooler then and think it was cool not to call the cops or, you know what I mean? Or to like act a certain way. And now we're older. So it's like, it doesn't seem
right.
You know, like maybe they are just having normal reactions. I don't fucking know.
Well, I think a lot of us, because we feel like the way we would react is the way that everybody should react, have that feeling, but people different. I do agree. Thank you, Chris.
The dad gives me more like shock value. He seems more devastated. Stacey's like, we all benefited from having Ethan in our lives. And it's like,
well, here's the thing, guys. There was some stuff done that kind of bothered, when they started saying that, referring to themselves as the twins. I'm like, wait a minute. Hold on. Wait, why? No, that's just wrong to me. It just feels wrong to me. That's my problem with it.
It feels like a betrayal to him, to Ethan, like he never existed.
Yeah. Yeah, like you can't just erase him. I mean, I think that's the wrong way to handle it. Again, my opinion, you would memorialize him by calling them twins. That kind of erases him from ever being part of
their family,
that situation. And I just, that was weird and wrong to me, is just all I'm saying.
And I also don't find it's not a coincidence that Althorn Labs happens to be where Stacey Chapin's at some meeting for parents that have lost their children. Why are they hanging out there? It's weird. You fucking stalker. And then you whisper in her ear, "Don't worry, we got him."
Right.
Like, who are you? You know what I mean? Like, why are you there? Are you stalking victims?
Yeah, I mean, it kind of looks that way, trying to get their names out there, so on and so forth. And now they have a spokesperson for them. And they're pushing it in the Nancy Guthrie situation too. Or at least they were.
Every single time it's mentioned, you hear Brian Koberger. You hear it every single. They want us.
Right.
Yep. They want us to think that that's going to solve the Nancy Guthrie case. It didn't solve this case because guess what? It didn't. Nothing led to fucking Brian. That one goddamn investigation led to Brian. It was a tip. Sure.
Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy.
The public really doesn't know that. That's crazy. Like. They can't help themselves every time they mention Idaho. Every time, like, oh my god,
he deserves our story of him.
Yes,
yeah. Well, that's not. And I understand that. Great, but don't exclude him from life and what his existence was. That's what I see, and that's just weird to me. It's very weird to me. I'm sorry. I don't know, you guys. It's a lot, but I just realized we've been here almost 4 hours, and that's 40 minutes past where I wanted to be. So I think I'm going to have to say that's it for today for this, guys. But I will be here live tonight with Crimes After Dark for the last and final episode of what happened with Princess Diana. If you want to see that, guys, you got to check it out. And we will be announcing at that point what the next case is going to be for Sundays. This was a great conversation, everybody. I want to thank Annie for joining me. Dylan, Krista, always, I appreciate you.
Appreciate you.
I didn't even expect it to turn into this, but it was an amazing conversation, guys. I like to just come in and try to talk, just to talk. If it goes into one of the cases we're covering, so be it. But
the chat was amazing too. Always, as always.
Yeah, always. They always are very interactive, very, very intellectual, and very smart guys. And I love you guys for that.
Thank you, guys. Always.
Yeah, CIO Kane. I believe Ethan's body had some. See, that's what I'm saying. That's always been a question to me. Thank you, CAO. Here's the thing, or Cassidy. I'll call you by your name. God, I hate calling you CAO. Anyway, they said that there was post-mortem experimental things done to Ethan's legs. So here's my question, guys. And I don't want to be trigger warning. I'll tell you right out of the gate. I'm not trying to be morbid or gross. Was something carved into his legs? Something written, carved into his legs that they won't tell us about? I have to wonder this. Okay. Honest to God. The experimental.
Just to set aside, like this seemed like if somebody was trying to send a message, and you'd be right. If like there you go, if something was carved in his leg, that's the message that they don't, and the message would give away the purpose.
That's exactly what I'm telling you. Yes.
Yep.
That's exactly what I'm trying to say, you guys. And that's exactly what I think absolutely positively probably happened there, because they won't tell us. Okay. We haven't gotten full blown autopsy results. And I think there's a reason why, because it would show that.
Gideon. Yep.
Uh-huh. I mean, there was a second autopsy done. Think about that. Makes you wonder. I have feelings about that, but I truly think that's a grand possibility. Experimental injuries post-mortem. Okay.
Yep.
Meaning after they were already deceased. Oh, wow, Lala. Thank you for that. Very awesome. You're amazing. God bless. And
La 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 la, or whatever the name. Yeah, that was great. So comment
you're
right
so
above.
welcome, hon.
There's a comment right above. Let me see what it says real quick. I just saw.
Right. I don't know if that's true, Karen. I heard that story
Well,
that Ethan went to the corner in 2 separate bags. I don't know if that's true, but I have heard that. Yes.
The bullet carve thing, I always thought too. Like, because where are the bullets that? Well, if there was
If
bullets,
there's bullets,
there was. I would explain some carving or some extra wounds to try to get that out of wherever it was.
right? No,
I don't
very
know.
good points. You guys are on point today, again, as always. You're so welcome, Lala, and thank you. It is crazy, crud dog, but it's something that was stated by the prosecutor, and then Olivia Stevenson, Kaylee's sister, stated too. There were experimental post-mortem injuries, so on and so forth. And I really, truly, I just wonder, guys, if there was something specifically carved into his legs that,
Remember that? Do you remember
just
then
saying.
we saw a picture of an accidental pic that you take a picture and then the last one stays on your phone, and then you could kind of see what that picture was standing as looking into the room.
Yes.
It does look like somebody's tied up, and tying somebody up and maybe wrapping something around their neck and then carving things into their legs, and it just to me,
Yeah, I don't know. About the
again,
tying up thing, I don't know, but
one person
definitely.
hasn't done any of it anyway. One person, first of all, where and all the stuff that we see going on, where's Brian's? Where's the perp in the story? Like where, you got
Right.
the DoorDash driver, you got this one, you got all these cars driving by, you got cops driving by, you got party people walking in, you got people leaving, you got the band. Where's Brian in all this? Where does
Yeah.
he get in and out and do this and nobody sees it?
Right, right. Cassidy said it was said early on his Achilles tendons were cut. Yeah, that way you can ensure he
Well,
doesn't come
big deal.
after you or get out of the bed.
He's a
Bonnie,
big dude.
3 kids. Right.
Yep.
Welcome, Bonnie. Appreciate you joining us. Welcome to the sauce. Very
It makes
awesome.
him look so young in those pictures for a reason.
Well,
Those
I think they did that on
young.
purpose because then nobody was going to believe,
Right.
okay, that Brian Koberger took Ethan Chapin because Brian is
Exactly.
tiny compared to Ethan. Ethan was a monster, okay?
Yeah,
Nobody
and
would believe that.
fighting
So they
for your
always
life.
showed younger pictures of Ethan. Yes.
Always. And they like he's fighting for his life and his girl's life and the life of whoever. He's not gonna just
Well,
be
see,
like,
that's the thing though, is they tell us that he never got out of the bed.
yeah,
That
right.
that Gilbertson said that as the killer, I'll
Yeah.
never say Brian Koberger, as the killer was killing and fighting with Xana, the
Mhm.
killer, that he just reached over and killed Ethan with one hand. Are you serious?
Go gadget arms.
This dude, even if he was asleep,
Mm-hmm.
the noise, the commotion should have woke him up. I'm 100% sure.
Yeah.
And there's no way in hell it didn't. So this
It
is
just
a 6'4" athletic monster
Yes.
of a man. You're gonna tell me that no, I don't believe it. I just don't believe it. I'm sorry.
I think the perp got hurt, and also remember there was lines. They put out lines of Adderall, and they probably were about to do them. I don't think he just fell asleep. They ate food.
I don't either.
You know, they were planning on it, but planning getting in bed. You know, when you drink, you want to eat, you want to do whatever, and then you want to take your clothes off and you want to lay in your goddamn bed because you're stuffed and you're drunk. You know, so he's getting ready to lay down. So I don't think he was asleep at all.
I don't. He was not. He was completely undressed. Xana was in her underwear. You're right. The lines were there, ready to go on the dresser, so on and so forth. So it's something's wrong with this. That whole point of that too. I'll never get it. And I'm gonna keep looking at it until I do. But thank you, Cassidy. But guys, thank you so much for joining me. Krista, you as well. Always great to have you up here. I appreciate you guys. Make sure that you do subscribe to Reality with Krista Marie over there. Please and thank you, and hit the notifier that we don't miss what she's doing over there. Send the message to others to get them to go over there as well and subscribe, guys. Please and thank you. Thank you to my mods as always. You guys are amazing as always. All of you are very amazing. I'm looking forward to seeing those of you who I will tonight, and the rest I will see tomorrow. You guys don't forget to love yourselves and love each other, and don't change nothing, because as always, you guys are absolutely, truly
the
beautiful people. Love to you all, and I'll see you soon.
See you,
Bye-bye,
brother.
everybody.
Bye.
Bye, sis.
The coffee's cold, the final stain. We laid the map out in the pouring rain. No hidden corners left to creep. The dark truth woke while the city was asleep. The evidence lines up straight and true. A perfect picture of what they chose to do. The quiet street erupts in flashing light. A reckoning delivered in the night. SWAT serves the warrant, loud and clear. The sound of justice, the only thing we hear. At the True Crime Cafe, we watch the suspect finally pay. The dark truth is backed and signed and sealed. The wound is closed, the name is finally healed. It's finally healed. The cafe's empty, closed for the night. We put the darkness back into the light. We'll wipe the counter, set the empty chair, and wait right here for the next secret laid bare. Until the next one. Until